crew, CREW.
Oh, really? Just lean into it.
But the fellowship made so much
great.
sense because it ties back to the
I love
the
it.
Rings and all that.
And once again,
And you have what?
the fun little thing I sent you.
Oh yes, exactly. You killed it. Yes.
Also, our plus ones
Amanda and
went
Fraley
to
are
That's
XP.
right. They
How much
all
is it again?
reset. It's 100 XP per plus one.
100 per plus one. Also, hey, when we go get some XP?
We were talking
Didn't I
about
give that like 2 weeks ago?
No, it's
No,
been
she
since...
got enough with plus ones and
Wait, no, it's been
MVP
6
to level
what?
up.
It has not been 6 anything.
It's been since
Days?
September 3rd.
September 3rd.
I scrolled through our messages. I'll show you.
September 3rd?
It's
I'll
been
show
nearly 2
you.
months.
This one.
We have missed
Well,
two
we
sessions
missed 2
between.
sessions, and then also I know we corrected to the slow, so I figured it wasn't as critical to get it. But but
Yeah, this is the last.
excuses.
okay, I believe you. Rachel. Don't flex on me. I
can only
believe
show me my
She's
shape,
shoving
so-
the phone in my face.
Yeah, this is it.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
How do we
Twitchy.
sound on
To
audio?
bring out the DSM.
It's the 29th.
Oh, thank you so much, Manda, for the
That would have been a great prop to
resub.
have as Elaine.
Yeah.
Let us know
Oh, yeah.
how all the
You own it,
how all the mics
Or
sound.
do you rent it?
No, I own it.
Good.
Thank you, Robert.
I-
Hello, Thomas. Thomas, thank you so much. We still need to get together on that little mapping project. Let's talk this week. Oh, Keith, I didn't see you in earlier. Patrick, of course, as always. Who did I
boy.
miss?
This is fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine.
Keith, I believe you should have already gotten a shipment giveaway. If not,
You're
you should be
already
getting it
there?
any time soon.
We're
Thank
already
you,
starting that
Twitchy
way?
DM.
Rachel, do you have any extra lead?
I have a bunch of extra pencils.
Wait.
No,
I
hey,
got
we
this.
appreciate the lurks.
Guess what?
What?
Always, guys, even if you can't
No,
watch,
stop it.
just lurking helps, and we see you in
Wait,
the
no,
chat.
let me do things for my friends.
Helps us with our Twitch numbers.
But I
We
did the
still
thing for my friend
entertain.
faster.
Yeah. All right. So, it's 101. Okay, we gotta go.
Oh my gosh.
How'd that happen?
Oh my gosh.
All right. So here
Time
we go.
flies.
Let me do things for my friends.
All right. What am I doing?
It might take a little. Yeah.
All right.
Little job.
I've got it.
He's
Here we go.
got it. Oh no.
Give him a second.
I put a pair right here for you somewhere. No.
No. Oh, they're on the
Oh,
other
there.
side. Other side.
I used them until I had mine. All right. So here we go.
Does it suck though?
3, 2, and 1.
Dragon's over your face right now.
Make sure, yeah. All
they
right.
so
So
went
everybody
down.
looks good.
Hi.
All the cameras look good. You need to scoot that way just a touch, a skosh, if you will. Yes.
A skosh, if you will.
Smidge.
Just a touch, a smidge. That's perfect. That's
my name
perfect.
is now
Let's find some
Smidge.
other Yiddish
All
words.
My next character that we'll definitely have to make after this will be named Smidge.
Smidge. All right.
is a really cute
That's a cute
name.
name. Yes.
Yeah.
He'd have to be a halfling.
Yeah. Or
Could be a gnome.
I
A
feel
gnome.
like,
Oh,
yeah.
gnome. Gnome would be better.
Yeah.
Yes, a gnome.
Smidge is now one of Elsie's many names.
Okay, so welcome everyone. This is
That
Tears of Aihrde.
Yeah.
This episode is entitled A Motley Fellowship.
You almost said crew.
Yeah.
I did.
I could
I
hear
did.
it.
I thought it so many times this morning. I was so close to doing it. It's a Motley Fellowship, and we have some fun things to share with you guys. There's going to be a lot of role play today.
So much.
We may. Here, I'll show you on the battle cam here.
It's scary,
and we'll clear
folks.
the table if we need to. They can't see what's underneath the covering.
that.
So if they get to this point, and that's a blue box, unless I'm running a one shot, you guys know this. I don't railroad the story to certain places.
Bless
One
you.
shots have to be done that way, but not these types of stories. But if you want cool terrain, you have to have it set up in advance, and maybe, sounds like maybe not from what they're saying, this covering may come off today. But we will, no matter
Let's
what,
talk a little more action.
have.
we need it. Listen,
you'll get
we
some
have
action.
to prepare a
Shania
You'll get
Twain,
some
or Who is
action.
that?
What?
Who is that? Let's talk a lot more action. Who's the singer for that?
Oh,
There's a country star that has that song.
I know
No
who you're-
clue.
Somebody in chat will know.
Yeah,
They
please.
got us.
It was not Elvis.
I was gonna say that's the closest that I've got.
Or maybe that was the original. Maybe that. maybe.
Let's talk a little more conversation. But
Oh, that's it. Yes, a little
Oh,
more
little
conversation. That's it. Yes.
yeah,
yes,
that I do know.
All right. So as we get started today, let's start off with player intros, and then we'll go to our
happened last
intro video. Then we'll do what happened last time, so we have the most audience before we get started immediately.
Okay.
And let's go around the room. Let's make sure our cams are working as well. You see, we have the
Cam's working just fine.
the little mobile cam now, which is normally sitting here on the table, is actually up there. You think that's easy, don't you? It is not
No.
easy. It is 20 feet of cabling to make that happen. Hopefully, it will not be in vain today. All right, so let's start with, and we'll roll the die. Let me do it on screen.
Oh, is it
I
working?
tested my on-screen dice roller. I had it working for Sea of Dark Sun. So we'll give you guys each 1 to 5. So you're 1 to 5, you're 16 to 20. And there it is.
Feels like it's almost always me first. Greetings, everyone. David Preston here, your favorite vigilante, full elf, level 5. Doing great. Talking to Fate. Great, fun stuff.
You are doing pretty
Being diplomatic in the woods. And also click sometimes.
That sounds questionable.
Also, sometimes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Next, so we'll divide you into 3s. If there's a 21, I'll roll again.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm playing Dahlia, half-elf, verdant bloodline blood rager, level 5. Back on my home turf, having a great time talking to old friends. Definitely didn't just run into an ex, maybe. Who knows what that means? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
All right. Now you're each 1 to 10 for the remaining 2.
Well, how'd you do, Mad Chatters?
Howdy.
This is just Daisy Bell here, out here, delivering justice
In the woods.
in the woods. Let's see. Well, I am a nightshade ninja. Just, you know, I now have a little snake to my name.
Justice.
Delivering that justice to those that need to be delivered to. And,
Package for you.
It's a snake.
I'm hoping that I get to unleash
Just a snake in a box.
the snake soon. We will see.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Other than that, we're just out here having a grand old time.
Picking flowers.
Picking flowers.
Yeah, huge.
You know, just
Real
looking
good.
after, you know, our little
Friend Brinleaf.
Brinleaf. Oh.
What's his name?
Brinley?
Brinleaf. Brinleaf.
Yes,
Brinleaf, but
Brinleaf.
you kept calling him Brinley.
You
Which
know,
was-
that's what I do.
Yes.
That's true. That's it.
That's it.
That's the whole thing.
Okay, so it says both cameras are off just ever so slightly, so...
Oh, I did that all without my
Mine-
microphone.
Oh, okay. But apparently they were still saying you sounded great. All right, so hang on,
Well-
let me...
That just
Yeah,
speaks
my
to the
voice
power of your
carries.
voice.
Yes, truly.
Cameras will go black for a moment. Don't worry about that.
Bye.
We'll go first on the top.
Miss
They will
you.
come right back in a moment. And then we'll do the bottom one. And as we're prepping, this gives you a chance, Mila. Don't go yet. Just get ready. Make sure, because you've had this extra time,
ready.
because you're going
Ready.
last, the expectation is you will
pretty
have by far the most incredible
Yeah.
introduction
So get
of your character.
really, guys,
So
get ready.
get really
I'm posing.
ready.
You're really ready.
All right, here we go.
Oh no.
Mila.
Hello there. I'm
There she
Rachel.
is.
I am playing Mila, who is an Omdura of 5th level, worships Lahezi, who is her goddess. And I have Finley, who's my little
I need to take her
familiar.
overnight.
I gave the pause to see if any of us put up quotations. I chose not to.
Thank you. She's totally
Showed up in my
human. No
brain.
other reason why she has golden eyes
They
and
were
a little
there.
white streak in her hair. It just happens to be that way sometimes. Sometimes. We are in the Fae place. Demi-plane, talking to some
In a
Fae.
demi-plane.
The Fae court being
The
held in
Fae
the
court
demi-plane.
in the
Yes.
demi-plane. And I don't know a lick of Sylvan, and they're doing a great job. I just got Throg's hand. We're having a great time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finley's
Well,
so
you didn't,
happy.
You didn't get... didn't
So
get...
happy.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's show our intro video, and then when we come back, we'll do what happened last time, and we'll jump right into the role play. Here we go. Love it when all the technology works the way it's supposed to.
Isn't
Right?
that just so swell? Ain't that just the way?
Often no.
Often
But
no.
it's great
Often
when it
no.
does work out.
True. Oh man,
Yeah,
guys.
it's a funny thing with like USB ports. So this guy, the cable I'm using here used to run to that DSLR over there, the Canon. That guy has just not done the job for me. So I took this and I moved it over there. You would think that would work fine. Inexplicably, once I have everything set up, it's running. Every 10 seconds or so, but not consistently, sometimes 15, my cursor would pause just a moment. And then I was typing in a keyboard message. I was typing a message on Discord yesterday, and I didn't look at what I typed till I was done. And Ashlyn, Dollar Store DM, asked me if I'd had a stroke because it was so like garbled, and it was just literally I had to go back there and switch it to a different USB port. And
USB.
So
It's-
funny.
I
Technology.
Universal serial buses, am I right?
exactly.
right
Yeah.
before
They do
Exactly.
be like that.
They do be
right
like
before the Dark Sun stream, I was sitting in the chat and someone asked if anyone else was here early, and I was typing, absolutely, I'm here, because it's like I got to make my mod appearance.
Yep.
And something glitched with on my keyboard, and every letter that I typed, it hit enter, so it was just like A B S O L.
Yeah, that was
Spamming as your first
And I was like, no! I said, I don't know what just happened.
Out.
she spammed.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, man.
so good.
That
Fully
is
breaks a
awesome.
rule.
It was very funny and deeply unfortunate, and only I think 3 people were there to witness it, and to those 3 people, one of
Flaunting
them is
her
including
power. Yeah.
Amanda. I'm so
No,
sorry.
there was a whole separate Discord about it. So
Yeah, everyone was really mad.
Yeah, we actually made a private message with all of the other mods.
No, they weren't mad, Cameron. They were just mocking.
They were just upset.
yeah.
That's not true.
They screenshotted. They said, "Did you
They
see
weren't
this?"
mad, they were just disappointed.
Yeah,
Oh
just
no!
disappointed, exactly.
No! My kryptonite, my worst nightmare. Don't be disappointed. Anything but that. What's over there?
There's nothing over there. There's all kinds of things. There's things down there.
There's a drink. It's just a drink. Stop cheating.
I'm not cheating, I'm just using my eyes.
All right. So, in general, though, I am very pleased. The tech, like, to make it work the way we work here, we have so many different pieces to make all this work. I think it's actually been running really, really well, and I appreciate everyone that has the patience when it doesn't. Is the camera lag fixed? And as we're asking that
Hello.
question, please,
Hi.
David, tell us what happened last time.
Well, last time we left off, we had just met Rosia. And she was weird and fey and tricky and didn't like to say anything directly
I think she's
at all. Youngest of the nymphs, or not the nymphs, the dryads, as far as we're aware. She had mentioned something about hearing the leaves whispering something, but Daisy took the moment to climb up a nearby tree, scout some things out, and noticed smoke rising 2 to 3 miles ahead in a I think it was northeastern direction, and headed back down when suddenly some loud noises from the forest came out of nowhere, and a massive bear, 12 feet tall, started attacking us right outside of the shrine area that we were in, and almost killed Dahlia. The fight went okay. Dahlia got as big as the bear, maybe a
pretty
little
true.
bigger.
That's pretty cool.
Well, and did we not have some incredible fan art for that? Let's show that.
Oh,
on the
please
screen
do.
here.
Yeah, David learned about bears having nut allergies.
So, and we do, so here, we love the regular, so if you can't say, so I hope he has a nut allergy, and then there's Mila, heel, 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 heel. And of course, you're saying that doesn't look like Dahlia. Oh, when she has a certain thing going,
Yeah.
that's
Face of
exactly
a
It
what
might,
Dahlia
it might be
looks
looking like Dahlia.
Just
So,
might.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I thought
You're
the
very
fan
good.
art
Some
was
big
appropriate.
hits came in from both Daisy and David on the bear,
Yeah,
while
they
Dahlia
did.
kept
Indeed.
harrying it
Gosh.
from the front,
Indeed,
and eventually it was
basically.
felled
I
by
should've killed
Throg
him.
as he leapt up to it and punched its face in. It was very beautiful.
Yes.
And Dahlia, what?
Did you mention when he picked Rosia off
He
its
did
claws?
save
True.
her
Just-
I mean,
because she
come on,
got
that was
crit. The
heroic.
bear rolled like 2 or 3 crits
Yeah,
that
it
fight.
did.
It was
Yeah.
insane. It was a very
Stop.
nearly deadly
Stop
fight,
it.
but
Was that
things were
rolled
okay.
on screen?
It was.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course
it
it was.
Unfortunately,
Stop rolling on
because they're
screen.
cheating dice.
Yeah.
We need a
No.
petition.
That's how you know I'm not
we need
cheating.
a petition.
No.
Because
Someone,
I'm rolling on screen.
No,
You know what? We need a poll.
He's got macros.
Weighted dice
They're weighted.
on screen.
They're
We need a
Cameron, what
poll.
kind of
The
accusations
27
are you
people that
making
are
here?
watching.
Hey,
Can't pull an
whatever
electronic
shoe
dice in a
fits,
cup of
you
water.
can wear it.
All right, let's rein it in, folks.
Never.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
After that, Dahlia decapitated the bear and lit it on fire and stared at it for a while David took some time to scan the area around them. mildly dissociating during the time because Mila screamed really loud, and that kind of maybe pulled some click out of him in the moment.
Sometimes your friends go down, and sometimes you don't react very well to it.
No. And eventually he came back to it when Mila caught up to him, and they had a little conversation about learning Celestial and about Mila's faith and about her own power in herself and some other fun, wholesome things. Daisy interrupted it at the end. It was great.
It was beautiful.
David eventually went to go talk to Dahlia about some stuff too. They had a fun little bonding moment, and then the group eventually got up and followed Rosia to the Fae Court, where she was going to be leading us to meet the other Dryads, because they weren't in their grove. They were in the full Fae Court, holding court. And eventually we made our way to a cold, silvery portal.
And to be clear, when he says the full Fae Court, something that they found is that the Fae Court changes. There's a
Based on
winter
the season,
and a
yeah.
summer Fae Court. So the winter Fae Court does not have all of the Fae. It has those that remain here in this area during the Fae Court.
Yep, so that is why the portal was cold and icy and silvery, and as we leapt through it, we found ourselves in a nearly always twilight, sunset, gossamer beauty, just endlessly beautiful place, where eventually it was like concentric rings of trees, and we made our way to the very center of it, where there were a very ancient dryad in the middle, who we learned was named Asari. She hummed this beautiful note to bring the court to attention and began asking us why we were there and what was going on, and talked to Dahlia a little bit, and we pleaded for their aid and told them the things we had learned about the bad people, the Pale King, these things that were going on, showed more of this fun skin that we have, which is great, and got a couple of people on our side. We got a little, I can't remember if he was a sprite or a pixie.
He's a pixie.
He's a pixie.
Named Fritz, whose
and-
wife Tipsy died,
Yep.
that
Right.
Dahlia honored. We also got Rosia and Nilla, I believe.
Nella, yes.
Nella on our side, which were Rosia we'd already met. Nella was the middle of the three dryads
Right.
that Dahlia spent the 7 years with,
Mom.
and another dryad named Dranik, who's a male. And last but not least, and perhaps my favorite, a treant named Ashsap, who's awesome. They're all angry at the orcs, and they all have right to be, and they all want to defend their place, unlike a lot of the other members of the court, seemingly.
The court unwilling to commit their full resources,
resources, yes.
For fear of their own weakness, and yet some who were so vibrantly angry. Ashsap, his entire grove, having been cut down and turned into fences and
We didn't
doors.
really learn why Dranik was excited to be there, but I'm certain we will at some point.
Dranik?
Dranik, the male dryad?
Oh,
We
no,
personally don't
yeah,
know.
Well, I mentioned.
Us as players definitely
that's right.
know.
Glad you mentioned it.
Yeah. So the audience might know, the players might know, the PCs
think I
might
remember.
not. I made reference that. I mean, I'll tell you again. So he was a younger dryad that had a bit of an interest in Dahlia when she was there.
Yes.
Unrequited. He was young, but he was just somewhat enamored with her. So he was among the first to volunteer.
And then, as we were preparing to leave, out of nowhere, emerging from the trees, the most gorgeous black-haired woman we've seen in our lives, Anthe, shows up. Dahlia's old fling. And that's where we left off. Purple eyes, black hair, gorgeous, everything. And that's where we left off. What are you scared about?
All of it. Talk, girl.
Hot girl talk. Hard.
Talk, lady. Scare.
As
Scary.
Anthe stands behind you is Ashsap. He is looming over. You hear the occasional creak of his ancient boughs, and his feet, which turn to roots, sort of churn the soil in a manner which invites the worms to be brought up and the fresh leaves to be pulled down, and just a constant sense of tilling soil as he stands behind. Anthe, in her transcendent, nigh unto celestial beauty, gently reaches out and brushes a copper strand from Dahlia's face. I wondered if I would see you again.
Well, it's good to see you. It's good to be brought you back.
Are you well?
Pretty scared for what's to come.
Why be frightened? You are strong. What brought me back is you. I cannot stay. I must follow my people, but when I knew you were going to be here, I thought... And you see her face get serious. The sort of flighty look in her eyes vanishes. And with ash sap looming behind you and Fritz kind of flitting around to the side,
Mila's
oddly enough, they don't have any really good nymph minis inside of Tailspire.
Fair.
I'm going to fix that.
So fair.
But anyway, go ahead.
Mila, regardless of whether Throg wants to move, she is going to be standing next to Dahlia.
Okay. Anthe just sort of watches you for a moment to see how you're reacting.
I understand that. Why'd you listen? Was it just to see?
She tilts her head as though she's listening to the wind. My comfort may be as solid as the breeze. I know what you are going to do. We may never see each other again. A truth that has been kept should not remain so, though not always mine to tell. She reaches out tentatively with a single slender ivory finger, and as she goes to place it on your forehead, she hesitates a moment as though waiting.
I think Dahlia just kind of inclines her head to her. I think I'm ready now.
She touches your forehead, and the moment that she does, all of you see Dahlia's form. A deep inhale of breath. Her eyes roll back in her head. And there is a small batch of memories restored to you. What creeped through in the Shrine of Lorifane floods in all of its fullness. In that, among the other things which you already know that you have seen, you see a moment in which Anthe's eyes look at you. Her head tilts, and there is fear.
Is this before, or is this present?
This was in that memory.
Okay.
That was the end of the memory. Yeah. So you kind of know that you guys went to the
Yeah.
glade,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the memory, and as your breath comes back to you, is it all right for them to hear?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Anything. Yeah. Anything you can say to me, I think you can say to them. I think. Dahlia, very tentatively raises her eyebrows and is like, yeah.
As this is happening, any of the rest of you, she's pretty much transfixed in this conversation with Anthe. You see the rest of the Fae court, all of the dryads, the few centaur that were there, they begin filing out through the portal. The court is dismissing.
Okay.
Even as this conversation is happening. She looks at you and she says, when we were in the glade, I realized you were not as you had thought you were. You said to me that you were of human and of elf. There is no elf in you. There is something in you which is part my kind and part something else. Something fey and something dark. Something fey and something fiend. She stops and she listens to the wind again.
Last week's title.
You are ever in my heart, Dahlia. I have told you as much as I can. The rest is for Asari to tell. But I fear it will not be this day. She looks as Asari steps through the Fey portal.
I like look at her and I go, I'll see you around, as she like walks up in Sylvan.
As you do this, you see Anthe's shoulders slump, all of you. Clearly there's a connection here for her, but she knows that this is as much hurt as anything else that has been given to Dahlia, and even trying to bring some shred of truth, whether it's because the truth in and of itself is only partial, or whether it's because the truth in and of itself contains a concealment of her own memories. Anthe kind of slumps, her wings lilt back to her side, and she turns to walk back into the circle.
Before she goes, I'll like grab her hand and just say, thank you for giving that back. I know it probably hurt to hold.
Some things should not be shared until you're ready. You are so young. But if you go to face, you can almost sense the word death is on her lips, but she does not say it. It would not be right for me not to tell you.
You don't want to stay with us?
She drops her head and her wings kind of vibrate violently for a moment. We don't always do what we want. We do what we must.
I understand.
My people need me, and your secrets are to be told by another. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
You're doing what you can. I know there are rules and guides beyond what I could understand, and so I appreciate what you have done.
You see like ephemeral changes coming across her visage, like a look of quizzical nature, of sadness, a bit of mirth, a bit of she's clearly uncertain, and in the same way that a person might have those emotions going through them, they're all coming out on her face in this micro expression. Yeah. And finally, she just again reaches out, brushes another strand of hair from your face, and fades into the forest around the druid circle, around the face circle.
Are you alright? Insight.
You and your insight.
I look. She said yeah. She doesn't seem like yeah. 22.
No. That's a 9.
I was gonna say, I don't think
Solid
it's
9.
Not okay. Not okay at all.
I think you would see some relief at knowing something.
Okay.
At which I think you would start to understand that Dahlia is beginning to get that so much of her life has been in the dark. That I don't know, it's being a kid and having those first initial you used to not be afraid of the dark, and then all of a sudden you very much are, and you're like, I actually would like a nightlight. Yeah, that would be great. Could I sleep with the lights on? That would be great. I would prefer not to be in the dark. Thank you. And so I think she's like, any amount of light shed is actually helpful. Even if it raises more questions, it's better than not knowing. So
David will just go, put a hand on your shoulder and go, knowledge can be as much a curse as it can be a blessing. Trust me, I know.
Quick caution here, make sure there's no, not that there was any there, but in the next couple of moments, make sure there's no metagaming. So, as you guys are talking, Nella, she lays a maternal, reassuring hand on your shoulder.
Did you know when you took me in that was true?
We are bound by oath. Sorry? If we return, when we return, she will tell you all. Certain burdens distract from dangerous tasks.
Who's the keeper of this oath?
Asari has bound us. For good reason. But not to have it burdening your heart, facing what we face, but the time after. I promise.
I trust you.
You see, there's a hesitation. I won't even make you make an insight check, but you can see behind her face, it's a you may not. After.
I may not get the answers that I want.
You may not trust her.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
There's a tiny tug at Daisy's dress. You look down. You see the cutest little pixie. If put in human years, 16, 17, you have no idea how old it is, but it's clearly a young pixie. And she looks up at you. She also has blonde curls. I don't have my voice effect that works in the room, so I'll just do it without sounding silly as high as I can.
It's pixies. You need to sound silly.
Yeah, right.
You need helium?
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
She looks at you. You look so pretty. What's your name?
She looked at me first.
I said no metagaming. I said no metagaming. Oh, I said no metagaming.
Sorry, I didn't know
I was already thinking.
Okay,
I got to
all right.
remember.
I thought you meant in
Okay.
terms of secrets. That's
She
what
was there.
I was in the
Okay,
context
was
okay.
there.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Why aren't you just a sweet little buttercup?
No, I'm Apple.
Well, hello, Apple.
Hello. She leans in ear.
You're sly.
What does that mean?
That means you know what you're doing, little one.
I am. I'm talking to a very pretty lady.
And
And I've told you my name. I would love to know yours.
I'm sure you would. My snake's name is Justice. Uh-oh, she's gonna flap my skirt and pinch my bottom.
She might.
You're not far off. As you say this,
She's just gonna catch on fire.
you see the tiniest little dagger flash out of her hand. It pricks you in the calf.
Oh!
I mean, it feels like a bee sting, but
Yeah.
it pricks you in the calf, and she gives you a sneer.
You're not pretty at all. I wanted your name.
Neither are you!
I wanted your name so I could fix your horrid face.
Well, you know what? Never mind.
Wit to match your face.
And she flies off.
I imagine that was maybe a distant conversation that we heard a couple words of.
Well, apparently Dahlia heard all of it because she helped.
Tell you what is with the people in this forest. Not people, these pixies and fae and dryads and oh, what? She stabbed me with a little dagger.
Did you say something?
Well, it is the fact that I didn't say something. She stabbed me because she wanted to know my name, and I was being smart. But I'll tell you what, if I would have spoke much more, I probably would have given away my name because I was so angry.
And what is your name?
I ain't telling nobody.
Good.
I gotta be good.
You don't know it's me. I could be someone else.
You're right. I don't trust this forest.
I could be an illusion.
We should leave.
Pinch
we can
me.
have this conversation
Okay.
outside.
My pinches are.
Time works a bit differently in these planes, and I don't want a lot of time to have passed by the time
Yes,
we
perhaps
leave.
we should get out everyone else's.
Snap. Snap. I hear about
He
that.
goes-
Snap is the sound that he makes when he breaks someone's spine.
Slow.
Slow.
Ash said.
Yes.
Oh, God, I love him.
I was wondering.
I'm only gonna RP with.
I think it's. I'm curious.
Anyone else?
Yeah, we'll get like 10 minutes of gaming in if we roleplay with Asap the whole time.
I'm curious. Are you okay with me climbing you?
You didn't have to.
You see, there's a scrunching of his brow.
I've never rode a tree before.
have to laugh.
Yeah, I know. Wow. So he's,
If she wasn't, I would have.
That's you, man.
all right. So he looks down at you, auburn and some even slightly beginning to wither, like a brownish shade of leaf, and says, "Why would you ride on me?"
Wow, that took forever. Let's make these answers shorter. To get a good vantage point, and because I want to see what it feels like to walk on a tree.
She found it.
All right. So roll.
You found the right way to say it.
Yeah. Make a diplomacy check.
Oh.
So roll diplomacy, and as you're doing that, he looks at you. You humans are always so hasty.
What tasty about that? Oh no,
Take your time.
I'll climb slowly.
I like that interpretation.
He laughs. What was your roll?
Well, it's not great.
Well.
Well, it's not great.
No, we're not doing this.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Jerry. Just looking at the new folks that popped in the chat. Thank you for joining us today.
Skills, see skills, diplomacy. Oh my gosh, hold on.
+8.
Yeah, +8, 10.
Okay.
Oh, gee.
I know.
Could have gone worse.
Statistically,
I
yes.
could have rolled a 1.
Statistically, there were options.
Yeah.
Option.
I will allow you.
Thank you.
Much better.
Thank
Oh no! Sorry for the anachronism. This is Dory from Finding Nemo.
3 hours later.
Can you take me?
I'm rushing the end speech. All right, so party. Finley scrabbles up
He does.
Mila's shoulder and says,
Still holding hands.
Our baby boy.
Perhaps we could stay here a bit longer, Mila. It's so pleasant.
I'm glad that you're having a good time. Sadly, time does work
Isn't that the
differently.
cutest?
It's so cute! I can't stop looking at him, my little
So
boy!
for those that don't know, Finley got chainmail recently, so he is now properly outfitted. There's here. Let me
Mithril.
let me zoom. Let me
Mithril.
hold that up and let me
little
zoom in
square.
on you.
I'll zoom in. I'll
There
put
you
it in
go.
front of my face.
There you go. You can hold it down a little bit because your face. There you go.
Little cutie
Turn him
boy.
sideways. There you go. So that is Finley now
He's
clad
posing.
in chainmail.
He's doing a little.
Which
doing a
Manda
little-
made?
Wow.
Do you think we could perhaps rest here? It's so pleasant. I feel. Do you feel it?
And the moment he says that, you realize the sense of your connection to him in this place is even more profound. You can hear his heartbeat gently thudding in your ears. You can almost feel as though you yourself have whiskers. You feel like you could wiggle your lips and see a whisker move. You're sensing every emotion, every sentiment in him. It's an intimacy of connection even greater than normal.
I do. Why do you think that is?
There's magic in this place, Mila. Real magic.
As opposed to fake magic?
As opposed to the magic that hurts people. The magic that kills. The magic that...
He kind of cuts his eyes sidelong at Dahlia.
Oh.
is scary. There's nothing scary here. This...
He is a 7-year-old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
He's a little young guy.
Only he knew.
There are... I don't believe that we will be able to stay here. There is, from the books that we read together, a sort of time dilation within demiplanes, and we need to not have a lot of time pass on the outside for fear of if things move or change or the people that we're trying to save become unsavable.
Mila, did you say time dilation? You've been reading the sage books I've asked you to read.
Yes.
Do you really think so? Here.
I from what I've read, yes. And I don't see why not. We're in some sort of demiplane.
So will all of our friends be old when we leave here? Is it...
I hope not. How much time does... We should leave. We should go. She's just going to start going, just the throg in hand, just start going
Dahlia
to the
thinks
exit.
about asking any of these people about anything time related, and then she just goes,
That's probably not a good idea. No.
I'm not going to get an answer from any of these people.
As Mila's going to leave, David notices that she's suddenly going, like apropos of nothing, and he'll quickly catch up and just grab her hand and hold it and say, "We need to talk about something later. Remind me."
Oh, okay.
And he'll just sort of get up in front. I'm going to keep watch.
All right,
What does
so
that mean?
are you leaving back through the portal? Or are you doing anything else here? You are followed by...
Gather everybody up.
You've got Nella, you've got Rosia, you've got
Fritz,
Dranik,
Dranik,
and you've got Ashsap and Fritz.
Too many people to remember.
I wrote it down.
It is your Motley Fellowship.
It is
Yes.
our Motley
Our
Fellowship.
Motley
Motley Fellowship.
And as you step back through the portal, again, you feel that sense of being washed in cold water. You lurch forward and you stumble back into the midst of the fey area of the Twilight Woods, surrounded once again by the luminescent plants all around you, the trees which seem to sway gently with a breeze that doesn't exist. Fritz buzzes nearby.
Are we ready to fight? The time is now!
The time is not.
We faced a terrifying beast earlier.
Also, what time is it now that we walked out
All
of
right.
there?
So you look up, and it's very difficult to see through the canopy. But let's assume one of you finds a blank spot, or one of you actually crawls up there.
Daisy's already in.
yeah.
Yeah, already on
Daisy's
Ashsap.
already in the tree.
You-
Southern
you see it was you can tell by the moons and the stars it's a full day later at night. So a full day has passed and it's now night.
So 36 hours.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. It's about 36 hours that have passed. And all of you note as you've come through, there is this feeling of exhaustion, as though, although it's least affecting Dahlia. Everyone else feels extremely tired. Dahlia, you just feel slightly fatigued.
We simply must rest.
Drain.
Hello, first-time chatters, real quick. How's the audio level on everything? Want to make sure nothing's too loud. No cameras are lagging. Everything looks good for you guys. Just please let us know. And
also-
while you're doing that, I want to show you here. So you have, if you're new to the stream,
Oh my gosh.
you have Mila here. We have Rosia and Nella. There's no male dryad, but Dranik is there. You have Throg, you have Daisy Bell, you have David, and you have Fritz. And there's no male pixie on here, but
Yeah.
Fritz is, yeah, he's He's feeling masculine.
He's pretty
He can have
and-
long hair.
Yeah, Fritz.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you missed him last week, this is.
I love the art you found.
Yeah, this is. Whoops, wrong one. Let me find it. I accidentally closed it. I'll pull that up in a second. All right, continue your dialogue.
We also need to plan. We cannot just race in there and start hitting. They have fortifications, I'm sure. We need to scout, we need to plan. We don't know. There's a book that I've been reading about the battles of the orcs, past ones, the Blacktooth War, and they utilize fire, which can be, and I'll look at the dryads, could, I'm sure, be quite harmful.
Yeah, even when you say the word fire, you just see there's a look between all of them.
It is. They too are vulnerable to it, but we need to be smart about this, and I know that we are. So we should take up camp.
If we
Talk.
could find a body of water, soaked wood is hard to light.
So you are the leader.
Yes.
Yes.
She seems wise.
She is.
She is.
Thank you. And thank you. Do you know of a body of water that is close by?
I am a treant. I know every drop of water in this forest. You want a pond or a river?
Perhaps one you could fit in? At least to roll around in, at the least.
It's the world's slowest roll.
Well, you haven't seen how fast he can move. You just know he doesn't talk very fast, right?
Does Throg let go of my hand at this point?
Yes, as soon as you come out, Throg almost reluctantly lets go of your hand.
I will hold on to it for a second more. Just like the finger, because as he unfurls his hand, I can't.
Right.
And I'll look at him and say, thank you for trusting us, or trusting Dahlia at the very least to come with us. It means a lot.
I didn't have any choice, and if we're killing orcs,
He seems to think of something when he says that.
if we find the orcs, you need to stay away from me. Sometimes I can't control.
I understand. You gotta make sure that you're okay in there, though.
Why?
Can't lose you in there.
You're helping us.
That's not very fair.
No one. We're going to try our hardest so that no one will perish.
He looks like he's wanting to say something, but again, he holds back.
What did you call it? And I'll kind of gesture to the bracelet that he has. We are a tribe. We
I'll
have-
say the orcish word tribe out loud.
Yeah, that was the word he was almost going to say, and he pulled back. But you can see he trusts you as much as he's trusted anyone, but mistrust runs deep in him, and even the word tribe, it seems to have some pain in it for him. He clamps his huge jaw shut, and again, you hear the grinding of his tusks.
family?
What'd you say?
We are a tribe.
You said family?
A family?
When you say family, he physically winces,
I'm sorry.
and he turns and he stares into the trees.
Perhaps we follow Ashsap and make camp.
Okay. All right. So then, to allow the story to move forward, Ashstap will guide you through.
I think as we walk, I kind of like link arms with Rosia and Nella, and I tell them everything that happened in Altamira.
Okay. So you walk. So there is lots of gasping and
Yeah.
occasional, moments of squirrel as they go to pluck a mushroom or something. But
Anything they pluck, by the way, I'm like, give me one too. I have it to give to
okay,
Fauna.
all right. Well, then we'll come up with an inventory of
Yeah.
various things that you pick up. That would be fair.
I know
during
they
this
know the
time.
good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So they are very much engaged with you, and there's a sense of almost as though leaves which unfurl beneath sunlight, just to be with you. They're not quite sure how to communicate this. They feel awkward around the rest of your party. They do seem to cast constant glances at Throg, who makes them very uncomfortable. But they love hearing your tales.
I'd be sure to tell them about anything related to my mom, and I'd tell them about some thoughts about her relation to the Willow King and all that kind of stuff.
Make an insight check,
Okay.
please. Thank you, all of you mad chatters. We appreciate all the support.
15.
He's looking buff in his shorts. 15. All right, so when you mention... let me see I'm going to make sure I say this the right way. When you mention your mother...
I'd specifically call her Agatha, as I always have with
when
them.
when you mention that, there's not a whole lot of reaction. But with what you had said a moment before, and I'll allow you to, you saw a quick wince on Nella's face.
You trip over something? Rock in your foot? What was that?
You see the closest thing a dryad can give to a guilty look, as Nella looks over at you.
The water is close by.
I like throw my arm around her and like I think like part of the reason why Dahlia is as rough as she is with everyone is her only company has been trees.
Yeah.
So in order to like communicate physically with them, you have to put in a lot of force. I like clamp her on the shoulder and I squeeze it and just like, I know, you can. It's okay. Sort of to mimic that, but doesn't say anything. Just gives her a squeeze and it's like,
There's a little tremble through her bark of relief, and before you know it, you find yourselves in a clearing area that has a small creek that's pooling into a pond, and it looks like fairly fresh water. It's about 30 feet across in all directions. Well, actually, not all that dissimilar to what you have out here. Maybe a little bit smaller than that.
that's tree sized. We can throw a tree in there.
Yeah,
Here
well,
goes
he's
the
a
trees.
good-sized tree, but yeah.
You can roll around.
As we were also walking, Mila would swing by David's side and just say, "You wanted to talk?"
Oh. Yes, was not expecting to have that happen while we were walking.
Oh, I mean, we could have the conversation later. That's fine.
it's fine.
I have.
Here. And he's just going to hold you to the side and let a bunch of other people go by and kind of hang to the back of the group
Is
and then
everything
start
okay?
walking. Yes, I wanted to say thank you for last night, you coming to me, and
Of course.
you had mentioned I should have gone to you in my time of need, and I'm sorry that I didn't.
Do not apologize. You were. There was a lot that was happening. I do not hold it against you. I just wanted you to know that you can.
Yes, it was a lot.
What do you want? Do you want?
What do you mean?
Do you want you and click?
Oh,
to...
that. I have no clue. I hate that he has to live half of a life because I am alive. I never knew I was missing parts of mine. I assumed I was just sharing it with some evil being. Which I know I'm not.
Yes,
He is not that.
he is not.
I'm not sure, Mila.
He whispers in your ear.
I've confirmed
Only in
he
your
is
mind.
not evil.
But I was always just me. And now that I know I am also half a man, I oddly don't resent him for any of it. I pity him and I hate that. I worry that if we were to become one, what that would mean for both of us.
I do too. I don't. The reason why I ask is that I don't want to share things in case it might sway you from something that you do want. I want you to make your decisions.
What do you mean?
I'm scared too. Lassie's been with me nearly my whole life. Finley, I found days before I met all of you.
I found you.
You did. And you have been the only person that I've been able to keep in contact with. Told Pat the sack of letters in her journal. We've
Gotten very close.
Yes. You are my dear friend. And I don't want to lose
I
that.
don't want to lose you.
And I don't want to lose Click either. I mean, what memories? I don't know.
I don't know either. It's all happening so fast, and I don't think any of it has to happen now.
Yes. Of course.
But the thought has not escaped my mind since Daisy spoke with me last night. I guess 2 nights ago.
Yes. Time.
I am simply afraid that I will lose him forever. I don't want to be him. I want him to be with me. I think. But I hate that every time I am here, he has to hide away.
He hates the same. But every time he's out, you are
He
not.
does?
Yes. He may have some strange ways of showing it, but he does love you. It is clear in the way that he speaks of you.
He is a very good friend, but he has done some horrible things.
Yes.
How do you forgive someone like that?
It seems you partially have already done it. You said you don't hold resentment towards him. I suppose resentment and forgiveness are 2 different things.
I understand that he feels he had to do what he had to do. But it feels like such a poor choice, even for one that was forced. I'm sorry, we are sidetracked into talking about me, which is not why I came to talk to you.
I asked. Oh. Right. Sorry.
You're fine. I'm glad. Any chance. Any chance. Anthe said something. that struck a chord with me.
What did she say?
She was speaking with Dahlia, and she said that she may never see her again. And that she did not want to leave things unsaid. And I have had something on my mind for a while. And I've been trying to find the right way to say it. And I have absolutely no clue how. Because how do you tell someone? 7 years ago you sent me a letter.
Yes.
Approximately. That frightened me greatly.
Yes.
And I made certain assumptions that turned out to be categorically false about the true nature of such a story. But during that time, I had allowed it to escape my mind. Until I saw you again. And those gorgeous, golden eyes and your hair. Your hair. You mentioned in that letter.
You feel Finley clenching up inside.
My mind has not been able to leave this thought process. It is an endless loop of paranoia. I don't know how to. Did you die?
Oh.
Most people don't tend to get golden eyes out of nowhere.
That is true.
And you've described that your hair is where it struck you.
Yes. I will be as forthright and honest as I can be. Maybe. I don't truly know.
You feel alive?
I feel very alive. I am alive. I believe that. I don't know if I heard the scream of a boy when I was on my way to Kemi. And I ran towards it, hoping that I could help, give some sort of assistance. Maybe it was a creature, I don't know.
Of course, it was not foolish.
There was an elven boy. I thought at first... foolish. I thought he looked like you. And I just wanted to help him. He seemed to be stuck under a tree that had fallen, and he looked pitiful and wrong. He called out to me. His skin was pale and thin, and his mouth didn't seem to move exactly with the words that he was saying. But I was worried for him and pushed that aside, and despite Finley adamantly trying to get me to not go,
You never listen.
I did. And I reached out to help him, and as soon as I did, it would be false to call it a hand. It reached out and it grabbed me, and it brought something upon me, and I didn't feel the impact. But in a moment, I was with the hussy. She had me in her lap. I didn't know who she was at the time, of course. Not her name, anyhow. I had only met her once before. And it was in the same place. The same gold and pink sky. The same tree and birds and soft grass, and her shining so brightly, blindingly. And she said, she gave me a choice. She said that I could continue to fight, to go headfirst into the bleak and bitter wind and face many trials and evils. Or I could not. And I'm sure you know what I chose.
I know exactly what you chose.
Yes.
You brave, beautiful fool.
There was... It's much more fuzzy than the first memory I have with her. I know that we talked. I had asked her what her name was then, and she said that it would be dangerous given the enemies we would face for me to know. And that we, though she did not say it, I felt insinuated us. I've always wondered why she told me when she did. It was the right time, of course. But there are many things that I wonder.
Mila, I'm so sorry.
Why?
You make it seem so easy to talk about. I know it is not.
She, I feel, is easy to talk about. There's no fear when I speak of her. There's no fear that I felt when I woke up. Well, I woke up in the brothers' bastion. In a bed I did not recognize. I had not slept in a bed in years. And what makes me lead towards I think I might have died is that Finley, when I woke up, he said that he could not feel me when I was gone. He did not sense me.
They will just put a hand on your shoulder.
But I talked to Roy after.
And what did he say?
He said that I was lucky, that I came just in time.
You're absolutely right.
There was not an injury on my body when they arrived. And I started asking questions about the organization, and that's how I got wrapped up in this. But
you woke up different.
Yes. They don't know that. I did not tell them that.
None of them know that?
I feel guilty keeping it from them, but I feel with what she told me, it would be dangerous to have others know. Maybe not you all?
It would seem not.
She told me her name then, so, and I trust you all, so.
Perhaps the timing was right.
It felt right.
Fate keeps stringing us together.
Yes. And perhaps gods as well. I've been meaning to talk to you all about that. But, I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
Tell me what?
Exactly. I did not want to worry you. Of course, sending a letter that I had been struck down by some sort of...
Mila, you've barely been able to speak it out loud in front of me. How do you expect a letter to impart all of this?
I did my best.
Of course forgiven.
Thank you.
Mila, you are incredible. Capable of so much more than you've ever given yourself credit for. awed I was by your strength over those letters, until I saw how small it was in comparison to your kindness and generosity.
Thank you.
I care very much for you. I hope you know that.
I do. And I care very much for you. I am not often told such niceties.
You should be more.
I appreciate it. I really do. I am surprised, astonished, perhaps, that others view me that way. I've done my best, and I'm glad that it is viewed as enough, even if sometimes it doesn't feel that way.
You are the best.
I would not go that far, but I appreciate it.
You're the best friend I've ever had.
You as well. I could not ask for anyone better. And I wouldn't.
I am sorry that Click said some things to you.
We've talked about it.
I just wish you didn't have to see my face say them.
I know it's not you.
And that is incredible that you can do that.
I won't lie and say it didn't hurt. But I do know it wasn't you. I know you would never speak to me like that.
I will see you on the other side of this.
Of course. We are going to live. If I have anything to say about it. And I do.
You might not see me after tonight, though. I think Click should be there.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk to you before I left.
Thank you. I will see you again. Very soon.
Keep him alive.
Of course. Always. Oh, look, a pond.
So, as you've been talking, the dryads and Ash Sap, they're all already immersing themselves.
Having a great time.
And this is
Oh,
so,
lovely.
guys. We use a lot of physical tabletop today. A lot of theater of mind. You may see the physical tabletop. I think it's actually kind of looking like we might get there. We'll see. But we also love this tool because, for example, I didn't know the players were going to do this. Within seconds, while they were talking, I'm able to throw together a scene, which gives them a kind of a sense of.
John was scared to bring a kiddie pool into the room.
Yeah, exactly.
scared.
But Fritz, actually, as you guys are talking, there's two things that happen. When you finish, by the way, bravo.
Yeah,
Thanks.
So
so
well
great.
done, guys. Really well done. Love that. We have a budding romance here in the party. So,
Just one.
thing one is Finley. You felt his consternation, his high levels of but wait, hold on.
I suck.
Let me finish.
I get it.
Let me finish. But
Let him cook.
as the conversation carried on, Mila, I am to assume that the words that you were speaking were matched by feelings inside of you.
Yes.
Finley feels those feelings. His disappointment becomes muted resignation, and then slowly morphs to concern as you speak the final words. I read, it was said by the poet, I believe it was penniless,
Yes.
in the fourth
age of the winter dark that the heart goes where the heart wills, and none control how one feels. You are clearly, inexplicably, perhaps inadvisably, smitten.
What?
Ergo,
Somebody had to tell me.
I must, as your loyal servant,
No. No.
subject,
What?
I must help you in your endeavors to work
Wait,
against you.
Finley, I don't. No.
He gives you the sternest look you've ever seen from him.
Just
Then, if you would that we continue to pretend together, let's do that.
I don't.
May I ask
what?
you simply? Oh, will you please shut up?
I'm sorry.
He
Don't use that
said-
word, but I will be quiet. I will let you speak.
I am a grown rat. I may use the word shut up if I wish to.
It's just, it might hurt my feelings.
Fine. My point to you is, he said he's bringing Click back. Perhaps. You may not see him. There are things changing inside of him, Mila. He doesn't smell the same. I used to be able to tell the difference. It's... My concern now is for you. I will no longer pretend I think he's evil.
Yeah, now he doesn't
I
have his cologne.
never really thought, Mila, that he was evil. I always thought he was simply poor breeding stock.
We get it. I'm short.
he's canonically the hottest one. Like, he might be short, but he's got 22
But do rats care about that?
No.
What do rats care about?
Survival.
Rats care about strength, survival, power, fertility.
Thank you.
Fertility can
Someone in the
survive.
chat has my back.
I'm playing this rat. Let me play him.
Let him cook.
Yeah, let him cook. Like,
What do you mean he used to be smelling the same?
There was a distinctness. I never thought he was actually evil. I just wished you with someone else. But now I see your heart is set.
he raises a paw.
Talk to the paw.
I love this simplistic little boy.
Have you thought about? There may come a day where one of them does not come back.
No. No, they care very much about each other. They wouldn't.
Be careful, my heart.
And he goes quiet.
Wait, no, we're not done with this conversation, Finley. What do you? I don't. I have to clear.
You can give a last
What do you-
response, but he's done talking about this.
But
Go
she's
ahead.
just gonna red face,
Yeah.
just like in the corner of the clearing that we have, like next to a tree, just like one arm on it. Like, what do you? You said that I feel that there's been a misunderstanding
I think
of
I
emotions.
Like, tap Daisy at a point over, and I just go.
David's walking away while Mila's just like emoting.
We'll come back to you. The second thing, I said there were two things happening. The second thing is happening is as this conversation is happening in her mind, you all look over and you see Fritz has been circling around Daisy's head.
Yeah. I would have made sure to introduce all three of them to these folks, to Dranik and Fritz. And
Okay, as you introduce, though,
Right.
you notice Fritz is very focused on Daisy Bell. And as he flits around your head,
Hold very still.
What are you doing?
he pulls out his
Oh,
bow.
wait a minute.
There's something in your
You're
hair.
right, there is. There
I
is
will
something.
save you, fair maiden.
You freaking small fellow.
Move your hand.
No.
You don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing. Fritz,
is this flattering?
that away now.
There's a snake in your hair, woman.
No, it's mine. And if you don't watch out, he'll eat you. You want to be a snake snack? You go around my hair.
His-
Hey,
his
Your
wings
food!
flutter. He kind of pull. I can get him from here. Don't worry, I'll be safe.
Oh my Lanta!
You
no!
want him in there?
Yes!
Atlanta is a beautiful city.
It is.
Yeah.
This time of year.
This time of year. And Aihrde.
Prince!
He's
Stop
slowly,
it!
Yeah, like right over there.
he slowly lowers his
side.
bow. Are you sure?
If you miss, you're gonna hit me in my brain anyway!
I am a very good aim. I promise you.
Shoot me an
Just move
eye
your hand.
out.
Just move your hand. I will
Stop.
not. I will not. Just move your hand.
I like my snake. His name is Justice.
Amanda.
Now stop. Would you like to talk to him? He might eat you, but, do what you want.
What?
Don't shoot him.
He slowly lowers the bow. You want the serpent in your hair?
Yes, I do.
He kind of looks over at Nella and at Granick and at Rosia, and he looks perplexed. He flitters away. He whispers something in Nella's ear, and you see Nella look back at him, and
Do
she
I
just
hear what they're whispering?
go ahead and make a perception. Like he's pixies can be very
Sure,
quiet.
Yeah. That's 17 plus 9.
So, yeah, I will say in particular because you know the language and you're familiar with them. You kind of
That
tune your
pitch, I
ear to
get,
that pitch
yeah.
exactly. And he says to her, "You had told us that humans were strange, but this strange." And to this, Nella just nods her head and taps.
I look and I go, they get stranger.
When you say that same brief wince that came across Nella's face earlier on the path comes across again, and she looks away. Just a thought.
Probably, but yeah.
I think I come and like sidle next to her and I go, I wish you wouldn't look at me like that. You know that whatever comes out in all of this, you are the only family I've got other than them.
When you say that, she throws a rough arm around you. And by the way, you note as they soak, there will be water that soaks into the bark, but only so much, right? I mean, they're not going to
Better
become
than
soaked
nothing.
through and through.
Yeah.
But yes, exactly.
We're not making them waterproof.
Right, exactly. But
Or
it
fireproof.
is actually very smart what you've done here. This will give them a bonus in any fire-based attack. She looks over at you.
Child, no. You are always family. It is a look of shame. I wish I could tell you what only Asari can speak. Forgive, I often allow expressions to be as easily blown as leaves in the wind, only because you have my heart, as you always have.
I appreciate the straightforwardness. Within the walls, they don't do that as much. It's a little more difficult for me.
There's a light, tinkling laughter.
I do not feel straightforward in this, but it only means humans are more twisted than I thought.
That's very true. Although, I suppose I'm not one of those.
She just gives the slightest shake of her head, almost imperceptible, and then goes back to applying water.
I let her.
All right, party. Anything else that you're doing here in the middle of the Twilight Woods, in the heart of the area the Fae call home?
Yes. After a brief blubbering of just word thought vomit
Yes,
to
yes.
Finley, she just eventually stops it and just I need to focus. We're focusing. And I'm just gonna turn back to the group. We need to discuss strategy.
Sweating.
It's hot. I'm wearing a lot of armor. We need to discuss strategy. With the brothers, I've gone on several missions with them out to help other, as I've said before, towns that were in need. And it was mostly divided into 4 categories depending on who was attending. There were those that could heal, those that could cast offensive magic. Sometimes they were both. There were those that were the front line and those in the back. Who is what? I'm not very familiar with any of you. Could you introduce me?
In front. I will be first in their midst.
Oh, come
Yes.
on.
And just
I can't be right there with you.
Throg looks at you.
not too close.
Okay. I'm good with second.
He kind of lowers his head.
You're a good fighter. I would be glad to have you with me. Just if you see me lose control, get away. I could hurt you.
Okay.
So we have Throg, Dahlia.
By this point,
More of a backline person. Yeah, I like.
by this point,
Thank you. Thank you.
Click has
No
come
one
back.
else laughs.
It's a bad joke. Click comes back wearing armor. He's turned everything inside out, put his hood up, and is here. I'll be at the front as well.
I
Front
look and
or-
point. Click.
Okay.
Welcome back, Click.
There's some
glad to be here.
strange looks. But I would say, yeah, among the Fae, I would describe the reaction, for the Dryads, for Fritz, and for Ashsap as nonplussed. You don't know if it's because they recognize or because it just doesn't seem that odd to
Yeah.
them. But there's no reaction.
I'll be behind them. Don't need to be right at the front. Flanking, something like that. Depends on what our plan of attack is,
I imagine scouting first.
of course.
But-
Which should be Daisy and I, along with Fritz, I believe.
How loud are Fritz's wings?
It depends. Like they change pitch based on how quickly he is,
Okay.
and how fast he's moving. But you've noticed, it is maybe slightly louder than a hummingbird. So
Okay.
it is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that loud. Okay, good. So we have 3 front line, and you can call me Mila. I'm not quite familiar with you all. Do I know their names? Did you introduce us
Yes.
their names?
Yeah.
Oh,
Back in the.
100%.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the-
You,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fantastic. I'm not quite sure
Everything's been
what
lost.
everyone's capabilities are. So if you have any idea, bringing it to the forefront would be appreciated. Where you prefer to be in battle.
Dranik steps forward, dripping water from his young bark. I can fight.
Front line or
Kinda
back?
Crunches his hands together. You see Nela looks over at Hosea. We have magics. Ashsap.
Make orcs go pop.
Front line.
Mine.
Front line. Okay. And Daisy backline? You are much more of a shooter than a punch someone in the face.
Or
If you see a good opportunity, you
I
could
could
flank
go
around.
up in
Hey, why are you talking like that?
Are you okay? Are you feeling fine?
Oh,
They talk slow in the mountains, huh?
well, he said I was talking too fast, or I don't know.
I think everything talks faster than him.
Yes.
You feel something on your back, and you're scooped up.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
And the motion, it surprises you. Like the limb moves pretty quickly,
Ooh.
pulls you up and just deposits you on a huge shoulder. You're now about 30 feet off the ground.
That's kind of backline.
Yes.
Especially if we got you.
On the upline.
I think I kind of like squint at Daisy and like pick up some leaves, and I'm like, we could at least do a little decorating of you.
Oh, okay.
To be hidden?
Yeah.
I'm gonna camouflage myself.
Okay.
I can scout,
Pixie Fritz says,
and I'm also. Orcs have very soft eyes.
Ah,
Aim for them.
helpful.
Perhaps you and I and Daisy can go out in the morning. Scout around.
All right.
Why not now?
We need to rest. I'm very tired.
We are not used to the way time passes in the Fey Court. Not the same as you all.
Yeah, look them
But
over
soon.
and realize that you all are like pretty tired, and I'm like, yeah, we're all really tired.
okay, so what happens now, party?
Were Nilla and Rosia wanting to be in the back line?
They are the
They will go wherever you tell
healing
them to.
and
Yeah,
defensive
they
magic.
Consider them your resources to apportion as you wish. By the way, it's hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for the giveaway, and I'll show you what the giveaway is after the break. The break is upcoming in a moment. Party, this night, as you get ready to rest, anything else that you're doing?
I think Dolly is just thinking back to the couple of lower stakes battles that she had been a part of throughout their time, and sort of the traditions.
I do think that Neela
steeped
starts
before,
like getting
of,
paper
like,
out and
gatherings
Quick
of
started
certain
doing it.
flowers, like
we'll,
sort
we'll
of,
confer.
blessings to the earth that are done before, and just kind of following like Nella and Rosia through that of like, asking the earth for aid, of like, make the strongholds beneath them weaker, allow roots to grow up strong in that space. And I think we would do that even as we get closer to like that tree line, but like
Okay.
just kind of a prompting of the earth. I think the three of us would kind of
Okay,
join into.
I like that. I like that. Anyone else?
Before we go to rest? Mm-hmm. Yeah. At some point before, when people are starting to bed down, but things are getting, calmer and quieter, Click will walk over to Dahlia wherever she's sitting and just give her a good little kick. Knock, knock.
Hi.
How you feeling? Ready for a fight?
Tomorrow? Yeah.
I'd like to get a little warmed up if you don't mind.
It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
Listen, don't have punching bags with me. You mind being one? Come on, you were a little sloppy in that ring back at the Viper's Nest. I could give you a couple of pointers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah? Just yes. I'm asking if I can punch you and you're just saying yes.
I think I like hold up your arm and kind of just drop it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm very much looking forward to this.
Good. It'll be a good practice for you. You've been gone for a minute. That David boy's got quite the arm on him. Wonder if we could show him up. And I kind of start to like work my shoulders and stand up from the pond.
Oh, Red, you don't know what you've got coming.
Eh. And I think I like lean back and I'm like, got a pretty clear picture. Kind of right there.
Listen, why don't we make it a little interesting? No weapons, none of your weird magic-y stuff.
Come on, that's my favorite.
No armor. Well, I don't want you to kill me.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
You didn't say... Never mind. I'll do the same. Fists, no armor. Pin, or knockout, or tap. Good?
That's as interesting as we're making. I don't get anything.
Why is it always getting
Come
something?
on, you gotta give me something.
What do you want?
How about some questions?
You could just ask me them anyways, but
Yeah, but that's not fun.
you're right, I like the game of it.
I thought you might.
How many?
Well, he always feels right.
Winner gets 3? What's the loser get? 2. Winner gets to ask the first one.
Are you thinking about the loser's prize because you know you're gonna lose?
No, I'm just preparing for you to get it.
Oh, and you're trying to be nice.
Little.
What a gentleman. I give you like a light tap to the jaw.
No one's ever called me that.
Well, by comparison.
Well, let's go. And Click will start undressing, taking his shirt off, getting down to just his pants.
Yeah. Dahlia does the same. She's wearing like just sort of like chest wraps and is just like covered in like animal-based scars largely of like you see like teeth marks and claw marks just kind of throughout the whole body.
Friendly reminder, because it's been a while since we've heard about them.
It's been a while since we've been shirtless.
Been a while. On David's chest, Click's chest, right over his heart, is a triangle with a labyrinth that leads to an oval in the middle, which you would know to be the symbol of valuables inside in Thieves' Cant. It's his favorite symbol. On his shoulder is a big rat skull with like big long fangs that are very sharp, and a snake coils up through its eye and bites onto a dagger that spits venom down
What kind
his.
of snake is it?
Just a snake.
Okay.
But it's obviously venomous because it's biting the dagger and the venom is dripping off of the tip of the dagger. Obviously on his arm he has the broken key. On his back is a beautifully designed, intricate raven with its wings outstretched that is elven in design, very flowing and waving, but in the middle of its sort of back is a keyhole behind which sits a bandanaed skull. And
as you're doing this, it's
just
a little
standing
known fact. We actually have some artwork of David. This is always I always knew how he looked, and we got it. So I want to share this with you.
No, is it just
this is
Is it just Thomas?
a very short person?
no. This is shirtless David. Hold on here. I gotta change the.
He also
file
has
name on this.
he also has a similar amount of scars all over, but they are not
They're stab
natural.
wounds.
They are stab wounds. They are slashes.
All right, guys, here we
they
go.
are cuts.
Premiering on Blue Box, shirtless David Preston
finished.
and Click.
Oh yeah! You are absolutely
this
right.
not him?
You are
It's perfect.
I never thought about that connection.
5'2".
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yes, you didn't know it was 5'2".
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That
I would.
So you're absolutely right.
I don't think this is any kind
22
of violation
comeliness.
I'm making. Yeah, so
22
this is.
comeliness, absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I couldn't be any happier.
I would.
Such a good pull,
I just
John.
can't.
That was glorious.
Thank you very much.
I would like it to be known that Mila is like back on a tree. She was writing something in her journal, and she just like looks up.
You hear like the
and
clang
just,
of armor just being dropped in the dirt. Dahlia, as like Click goes about undressing, just goes, "It's nice work you put in. It's a shame it's not all natural."
Oh, so you're impressed by the fact that you were gifted instead of earned it?
Bit of both. I'm just saying it's showy. I mean, you make it work.
Showy.
Yeah.
Haven't been called that before.
So you're really learning a lot about yourself.
I like to work a bit more subtly if I can.
Sure.
Come on.
I mean, it's a lot of tattoos.
I am gorgeous.
Okay.
Subtle.
Sure.
So is the
Real subtle.
is the intent then? You guys are gonna role play this? You guys want to do the combat?
I want to roll the combat.
You want to
Yeah.
roll the combat? Okay.
Yeah.
combat and roleplay. Why not
We are
both?
doing non-lethal
Then
damage.
let's.
I am not raging.
Then let's. No. Let's do this. So here's what we're gonna do. If you guys are okay with it, just to move the sequence around a bit for the sake of the stream, we're gonna do this the following morning. I'll make you guys still fully rested. There won't be any damage that is persistent.
I'm okay with that.
In that same morning, then we'll allow Daisy Bell and Fritz, if you wish to go and scout.
That's fine.
Which would allow us to do then. You can do some reconnaissance, assuming you're not caught. So you have to be careful.
Would Nella and Rosea also have any access to like tapping animals in the area.
Oh, sure,
that
yeah. Although,
like,
you know, the
watching.
more you bring, the more likely you're seen. But yes, you guys
Yeah.
could decide that.
They could send them different
But and I would say we should probably have Mila stake, because you don't want to leave behind all your armor and
No,
everything.
Mila is writing stuff at the moment.
Mila would stay behind.
Yeah.
Ashap
As you
stays
guys are
behind.
fighting, Ashap would stay behind because Ashap will definitely, even as he can move quietly, but still he's huge.
Yeah.
So when we come back from the break, we will have the combat happening between Dahlia and Click, and then we will also unveil what is hidden here on the table because Daisy Bell
Roll good.
and Fritz.
Just don't roll bad.
Right one, here we go, right that one, and Daisy Bell and Fritz will be scouting this out.
Yay.
And we'll see how far they get with it today, but at least they'll be able to see it
Yeah,
and
that'll
hopefully
be
not get caught.
Give me advantages so I can roll with 2 dice.
Hashtag Blue Box RPG in the chat. Today we are giving away this Trail Guide to Aihrde. This is such a fun book. So this is written in narrative form. All my players would want this, I'm sure.
I want
It is
it.
written by Sir Vincent, I believe is his name. Yes, Lord Vincent here. And it's sort of like almost like the original Wanderer's Journal in the Dark Sun box set. It's a narrative form, but it's walking you through the world of Aihrde. It's got maps and his journal, his scribing journal entries. You guys can see that there. I'll pass this around. We're giving that away today. It is hot off the press. It just came in my Kickstarter box set from them. It's not on shelves anywhere. It's might be on their website, but I don't know if it's available right now or if they have still
Literally Mila's journal.
if they have any inventory issues. But we're going to give that away today. I would guess this is the first time this is being given away on stream anywhere on Twitch, unless TLG themselves have already done one. So hashtag BlueBoxRPG, and we will be right back with all kinds of fun stuff. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting us.
Huzzah.
Hang tight, crew. We'll
need
see you
it.
in just a moment.
John, I love Finley. I love Finley with my entire heart. I love him so
I love
much.
that people in the chat are like, I don't trust this guy.
I love him. I love him. Yes, he's tried to manipulate me a couple of times. Yes, he's maybe.
But who hasn't?
But who hasn't?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Lisa's
It
finally
calls
honest
from
about
within
his
the
manipulation.
house.
All right, all of you, scooch, scooch.
We're scooting.
I gotta get this all ready.
Scooching. Also, like halfway through the middle of our conversation, I got a tickle in my throat. I needed to cough so badly. I like kept drinking water. I was like, please.
Okay, everyone, thank you for your patience. We're going to be back live here in just a second. I've got the terrain all set up and ready to go. And you guys like it. It's one of the cooler setups we've had here. I've used, I think, all of these or almost all these components at different times, but never in this particular combination and configuration. And I think it's super fun. Anyway, I enjoyed putting it together. Hope you guys like it. Let's see, here we go. That. I love playing Finley. I just enjoy playing NPCs. It probably comes across, but I think there's some fun NPCs in this game. And you, the Mad Chatters, always make it fun because you interact so well in the chat. You go tell the players, and we will be back in just a moment. Yo, the snake has been eyeing up the rat, and the pixie's eyeing up the snake. Vengan hijas, hijos. Vámonos, muchachas. All right, I'll check it right now, Pat Draws. Thank you, sir.
I'm just worried I'll have one spell left for her healing.
Oh.
For moderate wounds.
Okay, I'll show that as
I'll
well.
have 5 for light wounds.
Not bad.
Let me save that one, and I'll show that one also. That's funny.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and click the camera
Oh my
over so
gosh.
the audience can see this at the same time you guys are.
This is horrifying.
Oh my gosh, there are people that are hung on the trees!
All right, so if you can move Jenny's book over there, you're probably gonna need to move
I'll move my stuff.
your book. Actually, Davis is even in there. I can actually, hold on, let me.
Oh, I'm okay though?
Yeah, you're fine back there. And hang on, I think I've got a better one. Is it this one? No, is it this one? There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, David's is the main one. All right, so it was Hamlet, and this was not Hamlet. It was used for originally in one of the first Greyhawk Awakening sessions, but the combination of things, yes, you might be recognizing the Hamlet tree, which we'll talk about in a moment. For those of you that know, we'll kind of walk through that, but I'll just pull it up on the screen here for now, and we'll just leave that there for a second, and you'll see more of it later.
I'm getting nervous. These are a lot of enemies.
At least it's not 60.
Well, I'll talk about that too.
Hate that.
You don't see everyone here.
I don't
They're
think that's true.
they're in the tents.
You're not.
People
That's
are
not
in the
true.
tents. Hey, thoughts? Why don't we just light it on fire?
Good question.
Hey, John, that
Just
tree.
Because there could be people in there.
It's a cool tree.
Shoot!
Okay, but you guys don't see
cover.
this yet.
No,
okay?
of course not.
So, let's go to the next morning, and as dawn comes in the Twilight Woods, it materializes only as the slightest tiny slivers, which make their way through the vast forest canopy. But early in the morning, the strapping 5'2" Click, shirtless, and Dahlia have found themselves a spot in a clearing a little away from the pond. And I will allow you guys to role play this here. And as you're doing it, also, we did get some more art on what people feel like the shirtless clique would look like. Although I
think you're right.
I still think my prince
that was the right
is
answer.
unconquerable, but
I agree.
This one actually is it's got some
Meat on the bones?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so here we go. All right, actually, I thought that was a baby when I was looking at it. I didn't realize. So, but yeah. Anyway, move on. All right, so you wake up the following morning. That was courtesy of Pat Draws.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you,
Thanks, Pat. And as you stand in the middle of the Twilight Woods, you hear the forest coming to life here. As I mentioned very early on, several episodes ago, even in the heart of winter, it is vibrant inside the depth of the forest, where the canopy protects, the trees protect. The wind is chill, but there is still a sense of life and warmth. Crawling things along the ground, flying things, flitting among the trees. The Fae still preserving this place. And the two of you. And did you go to watch this?
Mila, as I said, is leaned against a tree right now, and she has her journal out in front of her, and she's writing furiously. And as they I hear the clanging of armor and shirts being thrown off. She looks up and just goes. And it's just watching, not really wanting to, but also really wanting to, and it's so weird. It's a weird in between. But that's what she's doing while this is happening. She's seen practice training before with the brothers of a one-on-one type situation. This looks very similar. Just a little different feeling. Just a little bit different feeling. Yeah. Just my friends. They're just my friends. That's why I feel different about it, because I care about them.
Yeah.
So Cameron.
Yeah.
I want you, as a fellow DM that is extremely skilled in descriptions, I'm going to ask you to sort of set the scene
Say
in a
the
moment.
red shade that Mila's face is.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Sir.
Yeah. So you can set the whole scene in a moment. I'll give you a chance to think about that. So Fritz, first thing in the morning, before you even had time to, you feel a tap, tap, tap on your toe. He's not getting close to your hair. Tap, 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 tap. Are you ready? It's time. It's time.
My goodness, you are so bugative. What?
Is that a joke about my wings?
I don't know. If you want to take it that way, little Fritz. Fritzy, what are you doing this morning?
You do this to everyone. So good.
Again, you've noticed this with many of the Fae, but the pixie seems really, really subject to it. His face suddenly shifts.
Uh-oh.
Ah, you think this is funny?
No, it's early.
Did your wife die?
My wife? Oh, your wife. I'm sorry. It's early. It's early, Fritzy. No, I'm sorry. No, my wife did not die.
Was your loved one nailed to a stake?
No, but my parents were, well, one of them was burned alive, along with my brother.
I'm sorry.
So...
That's sad.
Yes, it is. So
Does that make you angry?
Maybe a little more angry. You know who I'm angry at, Fritzy? Someone who called me their daughter at one time. But she is a stinking wench. And she's got something coming to her.
But she's not here, right?
Thank goodness. She should be glad she ain't.
But you have anger, right?
She might have some working interest in this.
But you have anger, right?
Oh, I have lots of anger. That's all I got right now.
But the target of your anger is not here.
No, not you, Fritzy.
No, I mean here in the Twilight Woods.
Well, target. There's lots of targets.
The pixie, there's a pixie sigh. He holds up a tiny little finger. Follow my logic. You have anger.
I know.
The object of your anger is not here.
Where is it?
He sticks his head in his hand. What I'm trying to say, nothing makes anger quell like killing orcs.
Or mothers.
He kind of flits back away from you a bit.
Oh my god.
You're dark.
I told you I got anger issues.
So he kind of flits off a bit. He's got his bow ready. He just
Please.
Please.
Just trauma dumping now.
That's all we're doing. Yes.
You're right.
That's right. Lee.
The scene before the battle. My mom is terrible.
So he beckons to you.
Yes, Fritzy.
Follow me. I know where the camp is.
Okay. Lead the way, little man. Little fairy. What are you, anyway?
This is the DM's frustration now for the 12th time.
She doesn't
No,
know.
she's asking in character. It sounds
Oh,
like.
you're actually in character?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. He flits back.
I am a pixie. Proudly and of the first rank.
Fritzy the Pixie. Okay, I will follow you wherever you go. You lead the way. Uh-oh.
He looks at you, shrugs, buzzes off into the forest.
Love Faye.
Okay, so you follow him?
Yeah.
All right. And you are trudging your way into the twilight back. You're headed back toward the Shrine of Lorifane, although you know the orc encampment will be on the opposite side, and Fritz is leading you through the forest. Back to you guys, and tell us what the scene is like.
I think right outside the pond there
You don't have your shirt on.
Beg your pardon, I most certainly do. All right, give me 1 second.
While she describes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do more lead up. Don't worry. I got some zingers.
I would have brought it, but I don't know where you put it.
So I think right next to this
Oh.
pond. I imagine in the morning, like we wake up and there's just like a ton of deer and wildlife that have come to drink. And right nearby was sort of this glade that they had all been resting really comfortably, of like a lot of like tall grass that like has been patted down by the weight of like different deer, and just sort of all sort of unsundry wildlife, some that's familiar, some that isn't, or is just weird in certain ways. But Dahlia, I think, kind of clocks it of like, oh yeah, okay, they're drinking here, right over there's perfect. And I would kind of lead the way. And I think as she gets there, would kind of like reach her hands through the grass and just touch the dirt a little bit, kneel, and just go, may the playful violence be a precursor for your soil tonight. And then just kind of lifts. And then she actually stays there, and she like looks at you. Oh my gosh. That is a really good shirt.
That's such a good shirt.
I was made privy to this, and I love
So
it.
I am being humiliated because I'm supposed to wear my dino shirt. I have a different dino shirt. Anytime we hit 100 viewers on stream, we hit it last week. I didn't have my shirt, and so Manda, I would say commissioned, but I think more coerced. My wife and
Collaborated with.
Collaborated.
Yeah.
There was no coercion.
Spiritual coercion. You might call that collaboration.
Somewhere.
And so I now have this glorious dinosaurs belong on blue box shirt.
Which, of course, John
Wear
doesn't
now.
agree with,
But we all do.
but we do.
Well,
Everyone
I
does.
said they belong in dark sun.
Dinosaurs are just wingless dragons.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So as Dolly is there, she actually is like kneeling, and she looks at you and kind of like nods her head for you to come closer.
As you are doing all of this, he just jaunts up. You're pretty weird, you know that?
Yeah. You too.
Thanks.
And then I would grab your arm and I go, do me a favor. Can you put my hair up? And I think would just kind of like move her head and just kind of like throw her hair behind her shoulder.
I mean, I've literally never done this before.
It's not hard.
What do you want me to just tie it?
Yeah. And I hand you like a you know, a hair tie or something.
Some rope.
Ribbon, some
A little piece of
string.
string, a
string.
rope, yeah.
He'll tie your hair back.
Yeah, thank you. And then I kind of
Just
like
look
tuck
over
it
to Throg.
into a bun.
Just
bun.
watching. You see his shoulders tensing.
Hopefully it's a good show. And then we'll stand back up and just kind of like,
He'll help you back up.
yeah, take the hand.
Isn't much for you, I don't think, but
No,
it'll
but
get
I
the job
appreciate
done.
it. Yeah. And I think like I hold your hand there in kind of that like dap up pose. Just, you ready?
Are you?
Sure.
Don't go Aussie-Vossy on me.
I'll try. I won't.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I don't think we need to roll for initiative every round. If we just roll once to see who gets the first turn.
You guys do it as you wish.
D6.
Now, the only
6.
I rolled a 5!
only requirement I have here is nat 20s, and I mentioned this in the thing to camera.
Yeah.
So unless Dahlia explicitly tells me
Yeah.
she's pulling every punch, her force and size,
Yeah.
people do take shots at the temple. You can bust a rib and drive
Yeah.
it into a lung, or you can collapse an aorta. So there can still be deadliness, even in sparring, between such
Yeah.
mismatched foes, unless there is an absolutely explicit
Yeah.
deference of strength. So you tell me.
Dahlia knows that this is play. I think she knows that there is a marked difference. I think that she knows that this is her friend, and so she is not going to rage at any point. She is not going to use any sort of spells.
Okay.
And
You don't want to make your face bad?
I mean, I really want to, but I'm not going to.
Thank
Because one,
you.
I already, I think, used all my spells earlier that day, so I didn't have any.
What's the next day now?
Well, I'm not going to use them now
Yeah,
either,
please.
because I want to save them for later. But yeah, I think it's just not trying to, like, probably not going to go for the head at all.
Okay.
And I think pretty explicitly goes, I don't want to mess up that face. And, like, he's mostly just going for, like, body shots.
Click has you in that handhold,
Yeah.
and as he lets go, he pushes off and gets into a pose, and you just start getting low and ready, gets his
Yeah.
hands up.
Okay.
Give me your best, Red.
I'm so scared. I don't want to hurt my friend.
It's okay, I do.
I don't still have that bless, do I?
Lasted
I know that
24
we were
hours.
talking about last night.
It retains the time that expired here.
You're helping her cheat, John.
The fatigue happened on the physical bodies. The blessings remain.
You're helping her actively
Very
cheat.
cool.
No,
Excellent.
because that means it still works today in the combat if you guys get here.
Great. That's beautiful. So that is, and that's +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Is that
Correct.
true?
Uh-huh.
Great. Okay. Okay. 17.
You get me.
Great. And then that is. How do you technically roll a d3?
Just half of a d6. So
Okay.
5 to 6 is a 3, 3 to 4 is a 2, 1 to
Okay.
2 is a 1.
Oh well.
And get it in the, yeah.
That's a 4.
So 2 plus
Yep. 2 plus
5 because you have the +1 from
Yeah.
bless.
2 plus
So
5.
7.
7 damage. And I think Dahlia, like as you go back, just kind of like
He's got hands up blocking the face despite the fact that you said you wouldn't go for it.
I think goes for your knee immediately.
Shin kick my knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold it.
He'll take a back step. We don't have improved unarmed strike, so do I get an opportunity attack on her?
No, because you guys are in proximity, so
We're just
I
not
would
gonna
say
worry
it's
about it?
not- I mean, everything is unarmed in this case.
It might make the combat go a little quicker if we were to, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to make it.
We also have a tap policy
I
here.
you guys run this as you want. You
Okay.
guys run it. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it's fun. You
He
do what you want.
pulls his leg back and he's gonna go for his.
That'll
I rolled
do
a
it.
natural 18.
Yeah.
He then brings his fist around and hits you right in the ribs as he's
Great.
coming back on the one leg. He comes in for the ribs on the other. That is 10 damage.
Woo! Nice.
Because my fists are light weapons, for me, I get to add half my vigilante
Right.
Yeah, they are pretty
to the
light
damage.
weapons,
Oh wait,
I
it's not.
guess.
It's not plus.
very
Sorry, it's not 10. It is 7 damage. So we
Got
dealt the
it,
same
got
to
it,
each
got
other.
Oh, that's cute. Look
It
at
is cute.
us.
But on my turn, He's then going to, so he came in for that right jab to your ribs,
Uh-huh.
and then he's going to make it really obvious for a moment and readable, and he's going to bring in a big wide one again with the left hand, but I'm going to feint. So I'm going to make, what is your, sorry, give me a second. What's your base attack bonus and your wisdom modifier?
Wisdom modifier +0. And then
Delicious, great.
what are you looking for?
Your base attack bonus, I think it's
Is it
5.
+5, yeah.
because you're 5th level.
Yes.
So I'm making a bluff check against a DC 15. I succeed.
Yeah, great.
So my next attack against you, you don't get to add your dexterity bonus to it, which means I also get to your AC.
Oh,
And I
okay,
also
got
get to
it.
sneak attack you if I
Like
manage
an
to hit it.
attack.
But
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like you have a huge dex bonus anyway.
No.
And
Yeah.
so he comes in for that, makes it really readable, and I imagine you like jolt off to the
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
and he gets a keen look in his eye of excitement when,
When
you
you
go for
come
that.
to attack me, I get to attack you, yes?
I didn't attack you, I feinted you.
You just hit me, though, for damage, yes?
Yeah,
So yeah, I
Yeah.
opportunity
Right.
attacked you, or you
Yeah,
opportunity
yeah.
attacking me.
I was like,
Right.
All right, roll your attack,
Okay, cool.
and then you get to take your turn.
That's 10 + 10, 20.
Sure, I'll let you hit me.
Great.
I'll let you.
Love to do that. That is 3 + 5.
So 8.
Yeah, 8 damage.
Where do you hit him?
I think as you go to feint, there's like a quick like pop, like a and then like kind of falling back into it, but just seeing like that moment of like vulnerability. And I think as she goes to strike, she like breathes in for a second and just goes, you know, it's so funny about that smell. There was a day David Preston came to me to tell me that he so appreciated me as a person. Gave me my journal back. But
Bravo!
I don't think it was David Preston,
Okay.
was it?
Okay. Inspiration. That's the best trash talk so far in the game. You have inspiration.
Make your attack roll on me.
Can only
That's
be
a
used in this
14
combat,
on
though.
the
Cannot be
die
carried over.
+10, so
Roll your damage. I'm gonna take
And
my
I'm not
opportunity
favoring
attack.
Thomas. You can get that too,
That
but like you
is-
gotta have the trash talk match.
Oh, I'll.
we got 7 more damage.
Thank
Great.
you, Tracy.
Does a 15 hit you?
Yes.
Fantastic. This is going to hurt
Enjoy-
very
yeah.
badly.
Oh, because you're mad at me for calling you out for
No,
being a
because
sweet
you're
boy.
stumbling.
Yeah. Give me that damage.
23.
Dang!
So
yes!
you go in for that jab to his chest, and you like lean in for a sniff, and he just brings it up right into the chin
And I think there's
Yeah, I
like
told
just
him
that
to
like
count for that.
spray of blood.
for a
out.
massive
We would
uppercut.
have done it last night. but
Yeah, they were gonna do it last night.
Because non-lethal damage heals over
You're
time.
right,
That's
right,
why we
right,
wanted
yeah,
to do it
exactly.
This
overnight.
is just for flavor. The
Right.
glade is very healing or something. Yeah, fantasy.
He brings his fist up into your jaw and it clacks.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, come on, Red. You taste your blood yet?
And I spit it on the ground and I go,
What, I loosen a tooth?
yeah,
Hit me."
I already have. As you go,
I'm gonna make another feint.
do I also get to hit you again?
Not with a feint.
Okay.
It was only that first round.
Aw.
Oh wait, you just got your opportunity attack back. Yes, you can hit
Yeah,
me.
that was
God,
good.
this is so stupid.
You wanted this.
No, I love this, but it's just funny. You're using all of your abilities, and she can't use any of hers. It's ironic.
And she can be feinting me if
Like
she
he
wants.
needs the
No, but fainting is not her ability. Raging is her ability. Spells are her ability.
20
It's
to
clip.
hit. Not nat 20.
Not nat 20?
Yeah.
You hit me.
Great.
She could still put me down.
I think I made
another
Thomas
5
mad. I'm
damage.
sorry, Thomas. No, it's fair. It's very fair.
Well,
This is the most fair thing I've ever
the
seen.
only unfair thing about her rage is that she continues healing
Yeah.
every freaking round. If she could turn that off, that would be great.
As I hit again, I go, you really seem to dodge the notion about the journal there.
I was really hoping you wouldn't pick up on that.
Oh, you would have liked that, wouldn't you? And then I think would just kind of be like, come on.
He goes in for like a shoulder check and stops right an inch before you for his feint, and then
That's
you get to
really
take
good.
your turn
Oh, great.
to attack me.
Okay. That's a 12.
Misses.
Yep. Fair.
He goes in. What do you do in response to that?
I think I like reach overhead and there's nothing
Just
there.
ducks?
I'm like, so
Oops.
short.
Bang! He's gonna go right in for the stomach. 17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And I'm gonna hit you real hard again.
Yeah, go right ahead. We're so evenly matched when I'm not raging.
25.
What?
He just brings both fists right into your stomach.
One. I
One
am at
HP?
one, yeah. I think Dahlia's just like, and just like blood.
Do you fall over on top of him? He catches you underneath him.
I think I just am kind of there, and I'm like, okay.
They're there, Red. They're there.
Yeah.
He'll slump you over onto your butt.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
You tapping?
Yeah.
I was ready to go for more.
I know you were.
Oh, that
You
was...
would like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I would. I needed that.
How you feel now? Oh, God.
As
Where do you get all the force? You got barely anything. How do you do that?
Move quick. Hit the right spots.
I got a thing or two to learn.
It's not about how hard you hit, it's where you hit.
Somebody else has told me that in different contexts.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing!
Whoa! Hey, we're not daft here, Cameron.
No, we're not, John. Like, you haven't made those jokes before.
So, why did you...
Catch your breath.
God. Why couldn't you just tell me? Huh?
Is that your question?
No?
Because you don't get the first one.
I asked it before. You don't
I-
have to answer if you're shy.
Don't much care.
You told me that I could ask you any question.
You're right.
Except that one. That one's off the table.
Maybe we'll get there.
You're a pain in a lot of ways.
Thank you. I strive for it.
Sit down, ask me your questions.
It out of the corner of your eye, you noted as you're talking, at that last blow, as Dahlia spat up blood, Throg was on his feet. You see his muscles are trembling, sinews, striations in each of it are showing. When he sees that stop, he kind of plays it off. Sits back down.
I think I look at him and I'm like, you okay?
Just stretching.
Yeah, me too.
Just bruised.
Click will get down on like a squat on his 2 feet and just kind of still nimbly moving back and forth. The adrenaline of this is still...
I want to push you over so bad.
You could.
Kick him.
No, we're
No,
not.
all right.
I'm not gonna push you over.
That's fine.
I think I just slowly lay down on the ground. Just arms crossed, just like,
Catch your breath.
yeah, I'm trying. Ask your questions.
Where do I start?
I don't know. What juicy secrets do you want? I'm a tome of wisdom.
Shut up, Red.
Okay. All right.
You ever know your family?
I mean, I know you pretty well.
Your family? Where you from?
I don't remember. All the earliest it's Agatha.
You ever want to know?
Yeah. I don't know if you heard, but when somebody tells you you're Fae and Fiend instead of human and elf like you had thought your whole life, you might start
Just
to get
that.
a little curious.
Just that?
Yeah, you know, other stuff. You start to see enough people in the market looking normal. Moms and dads and kids. And you say, why is my mom an old woman who changes a lot in her body? And sometimes she's tall and sometimes she's not, and her hands look like that. You start to get curious.
Looking normal. You think you look normal?
I think there was a time I looked a little more normal than now. And then I think she like gestures out her arms and she goes, I guess this should have probably been a clear sign that normal wasn't a status I had for very long.
I feel like I might know the answer to this question, but you ever feel like an alien in your own body sometimes?
I feel like there's something alien in my body most of the time.
But you're good in your body. To put it in perspective, I have stood over men full feet taller than me, bleeding, begging me to stop. And I feel 7 feet tall. Broad-shouldered, powerful. Stuck in this little body.
Make good use of it.
Maybe that's what I wanted to prove.
I think if you fought me as hard as you fought some of that disdain you hold for yourself, what a man you'd be.
I thought I fought you pretty damn hard.
I know. And I think, like, I slap your leg and I go, fight that hatred just half as hard. Whew.
Ask your questions.
Oh, my turn? Also, just so you know, for the record, a little advice. You asked me like 3 questions in one question.
You didn't tell me to stop.
I'm gonna let you get away with that because it's fine. But any respectable fae wouldn't let that. I'm not respectable.
You're quick to claim the Fae title.
Well, makes sense.
It does.
I think I kind of start to sit up. Do you remember anything? What were you doing before the Gogs? Did you... I don't know. It always felt too sensitive to ask about, I guess. When you're a kid, you don't know how to ask. Yeah, where are your parents? It's kind of a big question. Maybe I was just sensitive too, because you guys got it way before I did that the person that I thought was a mother was not. Maybe I just didn't want to ask.
Before the Gogs. I mean, I remember being left on the steps of the Bobet. They found me, clothed me, fed me. There were a lot of people to meet. Many were very keen to meet me.
How little were you?
I don't quite remember, but soon enough they were taking me on jobs. They realized I had a chance to be a good thief. Trained me up.
Is that the first thing you can remember?
That's the first thing I can remember. I don't exactly know how old I was. I think right now I'm about 18, 19 winters.
What if you're older?
I mean, you all met me when I was young.
Yeah.
About the same size, so
Elves are funny though, right? I don't know.
they tend to age at the same rate as humans. I don't remember much before the Bobet. But you're right. Something must have happened before then.
Do you want to know?
Either my parents gave me up or are dead. That's just a fact.
Maybe we have that in common.
Maybe. I hope not.
Yeah.
Not that you've had anywhere close to parents your whole life that you can remember. So, might as well be the same.
Fair. All right, what else you got?
Why'd you go back to her? We were told to go our own separate ways, and you returned to Agatha. Why?
You all made good points, but, you know, when you're a kid, you always think that the way that you see things is the only way to see something. And I didn't want to believe you all. Because that was all I had. And then all of a sudden you all were gone. You were the only other thing I had. And so I went back to what I had.
I'm sorry we had to leave you. I really didn't want you to go.
I didn't go either.
Was she always so cruel?
Yeah,
Never kind.
it was a mix. You keep somebody off their guard long enough, they'll stick around longer. If it was always cruel, you know, maybe something would have clicked. I'm dense, but I'm not that dense. I hope.
The moment of self-realization.
You got out of there. You're alive. And it looks like we might be on a path to some vengeance.
I don't think I need that. I just worry that if there was me, there might be others. I don't want anyone to get treated that way.
Do you hate her?
Yeah,
Be careful with that.
sure.
I've heard it said, and I understand the irony, that hatred is a poison you drink to kill someone else. You're still drinking poison.
I think it's not. It's not a hatred on me or from me towards her. It's hatred at what she can do and would do to anyone or anything at any given time. And I was strong enough to get through it. I'm pretty strong. I wonder how much was in the mill before me that
I
got
hope-
ground up to nothing.
I hope not much.
I hope not either. And I hope there hasn't been more since I last saw her.
She's very old, if the stories are true.
And I switch to Sylvan and I look you dead in the eye. Do you love her?
Now, Red, I'm more a fighter than a lover. What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Faye. Always so vague.
You want another trick? Sometimes they say more when you're vague. But you say as much as you feel.
I don't have time for it. Besides, no one's ever loved me, so
It's offensive.
You love me.
You would see like genuine hurt.
You don't mean that.
Why would I lie to you? At this point.
Because of everything I've done, everything you know. The way I talked to Mila, I know you heard it. The way I've talked to you.
Sure.
The way you know I hurt people, the things I've...
If hurting people is a withdrawal of love, then I guess I'm never gonna find it, huh?
Not a bad point. I don't think I even know what it feels like. So... sorry. I guess.
I pat the ground next to me. Lay down. Look up. And I uncross your arms and I put them on the grass. Just breathe. Deeper. No, like let it out. It's doing it like a. There you go.
She's a real life therapist.
That's true.
What is this achieving?
Do you have even just a bit of patience?
Sorry.
You're fine. Apology accepted. You can feel it there, right?
The earthworm on my neck.
Yeah. There, every creature on the earth moving in its own cycle. Doing its own thing that it finds good in the moment. Finding its own way to care for the things that are around it. Doing what it can, doing its best. And in those moments of trying to do the best that we can with what we have, yes, an earthworm or an elf or whatever, there is space in between. In that space, there is a warmth that those creatures on their disparate paths bump into each other and do better together. I don't know, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it feels like.
Is your hand also on the ground nearby?
Yeah.
Click reaches over and grabs yours.
Squeeze your hand. I don't know.
You grow up in a city, you don't see much love on the streets.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll see it here. You just gotta keep eyes open for it.
Sorry I didn't tell you it was me.
It's okay.
I just thought you'd want to hear that kind of thing from David.
I like you both so much. I love you both so much.
I love you too, Red.
And I think I get up, I pull us both up, and I just pull you into a hug.
I get one last question.
Sure do. I'll let you go out of the hug
Thomas
eventually.
consults his massive spreadsheet.
I do.
He does.
I have a if-then...
I could I can see it from here.
He puts on a tiny pair of glasses, a full-on like old style crank.
I've been running a JavaScript that I've prepared. I speak in Sylvan. Do you love her?
Yes. Yeah. How'd you figure it out?
The eyes and the hair.
Yeah. Gotta type.
Oh.
Now! Now! It's fine. You
Type.
kept it vague! Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that dice so far, John.
No, it's fine.
Learn to trick
Never
it.
mind, it's fine. I start to stand up and like walk away.
Love you, Red.
Love you too, Click.
Was that Dahlia or Cameron that was Maris? Because I couldn't really tell.
It was Dahlia.
Well played.
No, it was
Yeah.
very Dahlia.
Bravo, bravo. Well done.
I'll tell you later.
All right, so
Good fight! Just like Power Rocks.
inspiration for both of you to be carried on throughout the day. It can
Let's
be
go.
used later. That was
Got to.
absolutely fantastic.
so
All right,
good.
let's switch to you, Daisy Bell.
Incredible.
Yeah, that
Couldn't
was
have been better.
absolutely fantastic.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
No,
Thank
so
you.
so
for
so,
Amazing.
so good.
Incredible.
It was wonderful. All right, so Daisy Bell, as you're being led through the forest by Pixie, takes you back along a route. You recognize some spots along the way as you're going. You feel a sense of being watched everywhere you go. But as you push your way through the trees, you see the shrine of Lorifane. You pass by it. You see the spot where the pixie, which you now know was named Tipsy, is buried. And soon you find yourself on the road that you first went on when you were coming into the forest of Altamira. So for our viewers, we're playing in the world of Aihrde here, and you can see the crew came out of Altamira into the Twilight Woods. They're north here of the Crooked Branch and into the depth now of the Twilight Woods, where the Fae are and where this orc encampment is. If you've been following along, you understand what's going on here, but if not, you can watch our previous episodes and we'll do some I've been talking to Rachel. Rachel, we talked about this a while ago. I'll write a script. And I thought you'd be great to do a summary script of maybe the first 36 episodes of what's happened in Tears of Aihrde that we could post in like a 10-minute
be
video.
good.
So anyone that's coming in late or anyone wants a refresher.
I get it. My recaps suck. It's okay, John.
No, it's just a different level. Remember we talked about that? It was a while ago. It was
Fully messing with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to do
I think that would be a really good thing for us.
I agree.
All right. But as you get closer,
Year 1 TOA recap.
Oh, that's a great idea.
yep. The first thing is not what you see, it's what you smell. There's the charnel scent of flesh being burned. Then you hear the ting of hammers and the grunts and shouts. And you see a plume of smoke heading up in the sky. You get within about 100 yards, and Fritz stops. It's not much safer. We have to be careful how close we get. So let's put you guys on the battle map here. Okay, hang on with that one. This one. All right, so I'm gonna pull my screen back just a bit. Yeah, the main thing is your book, David. That's the one that's gotta.
There's only so much I can give you.
Yeah, I know. Just
hold it.
put it on your lap.
I mean, I could.
All right, so
That actually.
here, you're coming from right here in front, and we'll put you back in the tree. So the tree line has been cleared all around. What you see is a palisade fort. all kinds of trees which have been taken, staked into the ground. In the back of your mind, you hear Ashsap's voice. You know there is some of his family here. You see there are orcs that mill about, some which are mounted on tops of the palisades, moving around, some with axes, some with arrows, some that hold staves. You see a huge central part of the palisade raised up as a watchtower. And let me see if I can give our viewers a better shot of this so it's easier for you to see what's happening. You see that one. You see the watchtower here, which is mounted by 2 orcs, one who looks like he's in half plate, another who is got a staff in his hand. You can see a tree here. Also, everything else has been cleared. There are no trees inside this area, but within about 10 feet, 15 feet around, all the trees have been cleared. The forest is more sparse. There is one tree that was left, and even from this distance, you can't see much of what's going on inside. You'll have to get closer to get a better sense of where any entrances would be. But just from here, you can see that. You can see this area here. You can see the orcs that are on the palisade walls, and you see this tree. This tree, obviously, it's clear from here the macabre reason it's been left. It has on it dangling, and I don't think that's showing up well with the lighting. Let me change back to the regular lighting. Dangling from it, there are bodies. They're humanoid, but from this distance you can't tell if they're actually human or some other race. And they dangle from that tree. Fritz.
Well, what do we do? You want me to fly over?
Oh boy, we're in a pickle, Fritz.
Do you have some of your kind turn invisible?
I wish. That'd be nice.
What can you do?
I can climb trees. Just, okay, don't look at me that way.
Some people don't have wings.
Well, I do have a special set of skills. I'm sneaky.
And?
I can kill people sometimes.
What?
I have a lot of hatred.
Why do you have a snake in your hair?
Can my snake do something?
No, I just want to know why.
Oh, why? What?
You said you wanted that. That makes no sense. It's been bothering me all day long.
It was given to me by a lady in water.
He looks at you, and you see like this look on his face, like,
You're like so cursed. God.
no. Roll insight check.
9.
And you're.
Well, what do I do?
Really got some.
Yeah, no. I know what you're. I know. So, no, it's more of a. Yeah, either way, but it's more of a. Oh, you're one of those. Look, like he thinks you're touched.
Oh. Well, I am.
I get. I mean, a little.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well. Yeah, I don't know much about the snake. He just curls up in my hair. I figure he'll be good for, I don't know. Snake, justice, just be good to me and mean to others, good to Fritz. All right, I don't know really how to talk to him, but it'd be nice if I could train this snake. Justice. Does it speak to me?
No, but when you say the name and you rub it, you see the head pops out and the hood flares when it sees Fritz, and it rears up and starts to kind of, you can feel it coiling to strike, but Fritz sees the same thing and he flits away, gets a good 10 feet away.
Not him. I'll tell you when. Okay, go back. All right. I don't quite have a plan, Fritz. We've just got to sneak. Yes, you go fly over. Maybe tell me where I could go. maybe I could get branches around me and I could sneak up to the fence.
Well, what do you think I should do?
Fly. I don't know. Be careful.
But, all right.
So again, you're seeing it is cleared.
I jump in.
There can, but you would know. Depending, I mean, the higher he flies,
Yes.
the less he sees,
Yes.
and the less in danger he is. So I'm gonna let you're kind of controlling Fitz to a degree here. I mean, he's listening to you, Fritz rather. So if you want, he can go fairly low and get more detail, or he can go very high, probably not see a whole lot more.
Well, Fritz has got to be careful.
Okay, so what are you telling him to do?
He needs to go in and what I want him to do is scout out where a good vantage point where I could come and sneak.
So are you wanting him? So again, do you want him to do a perimeter check?
Yeah, do a perimeter check.
You want him to do a perimeter check? Mm-hmm. Oh, he shrugs.
That's easy. I can fly and flit among the trees.
Okay.
All right. So then Fritz turns. You see his tiny little wings in a flurry. He spins and moves around. Did anyone give the DM some bonuses for this that we can use against the checks? No? All
Or
right.
use for the checks.
I'm just checking. All right, so he flits away, and we're gonna do 4 checks around, and
That
he
should
is
be
very
easy.
except I gave you some clues here. These are not all just.
Each got 2 + 1s.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
thank
come
you,
on,
Pat.
Pat.
Thank you.
But those can be used for
4.
These are not all physical.
Oh, these are for Fritz. Oh, thank
These are
goodness.
not all physical attacking brutal orcs. There are mages here among them. You saw the staves. I will tell you, though you're not close enough yet, you'll get there eventually. Some of them have that same tattoo that the Knoll had.
Well, do I see that?
Not yet.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is, like, this is not as easy as you might think it would be for him to just flit around some regular orcs. All right, so I'm gonna make 4 checks here.
Well, I said perimeter,
Yeah, I know.
not inside.
There's 4
I know.
corners.
I know. Which is it's you know.
And it's easy doing tree line.
Yeah, exactly. He's staying in the tree lines.
Good.
He's moving around. So
Like a good little pixie.
this would take a nat 20 on one of these 4 sides. I'd have to have a nat 20, which is actually still
Possible.
not a bad chance. That's a 20% chance.
It's a 5% chance.
I have
Oh,
0.
but
Besides
between them,
rolling
yes,
4
yes, yes.
times.
Yeah.
It's a 20% chance that, so, you know, because you could roll a nat 20 one of 4, but then there would be a secondary roll.
Yeah.
There would be a normal perception check.
yeah.
All right, so it's unlikely. Here we go. He moves to this first edge here,
Why?
and
Why?
did my stupid die thing?
Yeah.
die
Oh no,
again?
it's broken. Oh no.
Why does it die? Okay, what? Hold on. Let me think about this. What causes that?
Just roll it there. It's
Well, no, but then I can
fine.
cheat it. Here, I'll roll.
He admits to
I'm
it.
gonna roll it out.
Look at us. We trust you.
No, I know. You want me to cheat? I know.
No, I genuinely believe
I
that you
know
will show
you
us
do.
a nat 20 if you have one.
I know you do. All right, so here, I'll
Your
roll it
wife
out
is
here.
right there.
I'll roll it out right here. So here's the first
Yeah, I don't
side.
trust that TV.
Okay, nope, that's a 5.
That's right.
That side is a 13. No, that was a 19 on that side. That was close. That's a 5.
Oh,
and
gee,
the
miraculous.
front side. I don't roll nat 20s every time I use the digital dice, Jennifer. Stop it.
You
That
roll
is-
significantly more
You
than
don't know
this.
how many players I've killed with physical dice and nat 20s. I have
Fine.
killed so many.
lot.
I feel fine about that.
All right.
It feels,
Remember, he's killing players
yeah.
with dice.
He zips around. He comes back to you. He's a little bit green in pallor.
What?
There are
What's the matter, Fritzy?
there are mages on 2 sides of the
Mages?
palisade. Yes, orcs. They have the same symbol. The you called him the Willow King.
Oh,
There are also there's a giant inside there.
Giant.
At least 20 feet tall.
Giants and mages and
A huge gut.
creatures.
Oh my! He's got a huge gut.
what? What has a huge gut?
The giant.
Giant.
Oh gosh.
Just another guy. He was just a bigger dude.
Daisy.
Oh, he doesn't know your name. What does he
No,
call
he
you?
does.
Oh, you call
I
it Daisy?
exchanged.
Okay, all right.
I was like, these are my friends.
Oh, okay, okay.
Blank, blank, blank.
Camera is frozen.
All right. Oh, Frozen.
Yes.
God, you guys have got to stop being so beautiful. You keep freezing the camera.
Can't help it.
Oh, Willow King tattoos.
You know how many players I've killed with my physical dice? That's right, Thomas. Nice try, guys. He looks a little bit green.
The tree.
What tree?
We did pretty good.
That tree.
And he points at
Oh no.
the tree.
The tree.
And he says,
There are bodies dangling. This is why they've left it. There are 2 humans and a dryad. And the things they have done.
Fritzy, what are we gonna do? What should I know? Like,
I'm the muscle. You're the planner.
Fritzy, you're not the muscle. Sorry to tell you, I'm sorry to break it to you, but have you seen yourself?
he just pulls out his bow.
Eyes. Eyes.
I'm not even sure you can get an eyeball with that, Fritz.
He's gonna shoot you in the eye and shot you.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. Oh, for Click. Why did I Click?
Yay!
Oh, hey, Bill the Master Crafter, the original creator of the hanging tree that you're seeing here. Let me pull this up. It's a little easier to see on the cameras because we're so far away with that.
That
This
makes
was
me feel
originally
sick.
used for the climax of the
Why?
first
Which
session
Yeah.
of Greyhawk
Pretty
Awakening
shady.
Book 1. This was created by Bill. And it is super, super
It is
awesome.
beautiful.
And it is standing here in the center.
Ah, somebody fell.
Somebody fell. Oh no,
good, we killed
no,
it.
that's actually a dead body that's
Oh,
laying
yeah,
that's
on
just
the
a floor
stone.
body,
It's
yeah.
just a,
We
it's,
didn't
a,
kill a
it's, a,
mage.
it's a decapitated body that Fritz could not see.
Oh.
Hold on, Fritzy, Fritzy. What is our best source of? What are we gonna do? How do we? How do we? How do we?
You're sneaky.
Yes.
Sneak in.
Well, what's the best entrance?
If you, maybe it's like if it's an ant colony, you find the queen and you kill the queen. The ants scatter. I believe in you. You're snake.
I don't believe in you, Fritzy. I think that's a terrible idea.
What do you want to just wait?
I know. Hold on. Was there a guard at one of these stations?
That's a great question. Of like the entrance is what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so he did tell you there was one entrance. It's closed. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, so it's over here. The cameras aren't showing yet. Thank you very much. It's right here. Here's the entrance. It's not a center gate. It's a very well fortified entrance. There, you couldn't see any guard because remember he was flitting around the sides,
was
so
also
he can't
flirting.
he can't see all of what's inside. But of course, you have guards on either side of the walls here and here, which would have a clear.
I get the snake. I get Justice, and I bring him into my hand. Justice. I don't know if you can hear me, but I believe in you. Now, see that gate over there? Go and give somebody a touch of justice. Let's see what happens.
You set Justice on the ground. You see he slithers a bit. His head comes up. That cowl is fully blossomed out. And he flicks his tongue toward Fritz. Make an animal handling check. You do not have a sentience with this creature in the way that...
I know! Why do not know it has?
But there is some... There's
have plus
clearly,
ones?
there's clearly some affinity. Like he came to you.
Does she?
Yeah, she just got some.
I only got 2. I'll use them.
What are you rolling?
Bad idea. Animal handling.
Animal handling.
Dahlia was not shirtless.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, Dahlia was
Shirtless,
shirtless
She was wearing
too?
like a
but he had
chest
a
wrap.
Oh,
chest wrap
okay,
across
okay. I
the-
missed that part. Yeah. And
I'm gonna let him be the only shirtless.
Two shirtless men just beating the crap out of
she
each
just,
other.
It was so embarrassing then, the massive size of her
Yeah.
musculature. Yeah, all right.
And
Go
then
ahead,
I
Nikki.
got knocked down to one.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you roll?
This is the crappiest roll.
Did you roll a nat 1?
No.
No.
What'd you roll?
2
A 2
plus 3
plus 3.
plus 2 more. 7.
You see
Not a 1.
Justice.
Oh wait. I could add tax of 10. From
No.
my food truck yesterday.
No.
Box tax.
No.
Blue box tag.
No.
Blue box tag.
No, but what happens is Justice, you see, he looks at the gate. There was some understanding, but then there's something that moves inside the brush, and like a dart, he goes into the bushes, and Fritz looks at you.
It was obvious he's hungry. Have you fed him?
Well, no. We've been busy.
Well, I hope he comes back.
Oh Lord. He'll come back. He likes me.
John, were the 4 mages the ones who are posted at these corners?
Okay,
Or
so
are
they are. Oops, sorry, this guy fell. So you have one here, one up here,
Oh my-
and then he saw.
Mages?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With staffs?
Yes.
Yes.
We're not prepared.
Nope.
I'm just gonna tell you, we're not prepared.
That's why
We've
we're
got
scouting.
pixies.
That's why we're scouting.
Well, then,
Yeah, and you don't know what I mean. They could be first level mages.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
they're orcs.
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
know what they are.
no, I don't. Trust
They're just
that.
clearly
What were you
not
about to point to in the
combat
corner?
oriented. What's that?
You were about to point to something in the corner.
Oh no, I changed my mind. I didn't.
Sure
But no,
have.
actually. So what I want to be, so what I want to be clear is here. Part of what you would have seen in the scouting, here, and here, there are actually 2 orcs. I didn't have enough orcs
Okay,
on the
okay,
table.
okay.
And from
Is
what
the
he
only
can
one with
scout
one?
out, yeah, only 1 there, 2, 2, and 2. That's a mage. That's a mage. 1 on that side, and in
Who's
total,
mage? Who's mage? Can you point at those again?
Yeah, here, and then 1 in here.
Oh.
So he's scouting around. He saw that, but you have, by his best count, there are close to 30 orcs in there.
Quick question.
Yes.
What is like north, south, east,
Okay,
west on this?
so this is north.
This is north?
So we would be coming in from
correct.
over
You'd
here.
be coming from this. If you came straight
The
from where
road
you
is
are,
that
you'd
way.
come from this way.
Okay, so
Drat.
we're coming from the west.
Where did Justice go? Well, I can't leave until he comes back. Oh my goodness. What am I gonna do, Fritzy?
Trust in the fates. I think we can do it.
Me and you?
It's on the way.
Do what?
Find the leader. We kill him. We kill the leader. We cut the head off the snake.
Fritzy. That's a terrible idea. We are not going in there to cut off the head in the middle of Oaksville. No.
Orcsville.
I have never seen
Orcsville's beautiful. It's
a woman willing to place a snake in her hair that was a coward.
You've never seen a woman with a snake in her hair except me.
That's beside the point.
I love this.
It's a good dynamic.
Yeah.
I feel good about this. I'm telling you, we can do it. We Fae. I had a vision. I had a vision. I saw. We had victory.
You know, I know there's a saying about being born yesterday, but I wasn't born today, and I don't remember what.
I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
That's so good.
I saw in my vision, you were victorious. You were standing on top of the watchtower. There were bodies all around you.
John and Jenny flirting.
Yep.
I love it. You guys got to do it. They can't too.
Yeah. Everyone
There
has
were
a joke.
bodies all around you. The blood of your enemies at your feet. It was almost as though what did you call her? It was a strong word. Your mother was. Oh, she was there too. Yes.
You liar. You, sir, are not telling the truth.
Fine then. We tell the others.
You just want me killed.
No, I think we can beat them.
No, if we.
No, you just don't have the courage.
It is. Oh. What did you say, Fritzy? Oh, the same.
Did I stutter? You don't have the courage. You are 50 times my size. I am willing, and you are not.
This guy's too brave.
Fools go where angels fear to tread.
Yeah.
I like the energy. We need a hype man. He's the little John.
Fritzy, we're not going in there with full barrels loaded, mowing down orcs.
For what?
It's a saying from the south.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
in the southern
I
mountains.
come
Yes.
from the southern mountains.
Okay, so
Hanging.
in a moment, you see Justice come slithering back out
good.
from among the bushes.
good tunnel.
He's got a lump
Pinch point.
right about here on his body, and he just
Well,
crawls up your leg, coils up, and goes. You've now got a pretty good-sized lump in your hair.
Heavy is the head that wears the snake.
well.
So
Slightly heavier is the head that wears the snake.
Yes.
That
There we go.
really, Fritzy, that really did not go as planned. That just did not go as planned. I don't know what use the snake is for, except to scare people, to be perfectly honest.
If you, it clearly has an affinity. for you.
Fritzy,
If you,
Fritzy, I have an idea. Why don't you go fly around inside there and see if there are any, hot spots? Places maybe you can find. How do you like that?
His little chest puffs out. You see there's a glint of fear in his eyes, and like someone tamping out the last flames of a fire.
I will.
No.
He's
what?
gone.
No.
He's gone.
No, Fritzy!
He's
Fritzy,
gone.
come back!
He's
Oh,
gone.
no. Oh, no.
You see him from your place inside the bushes. He goes right
really
over. Here, let me show here on the screen.
It could be really great. It could be really. I could immediately lose Fritz right now.
So as
I
he,
egged somebody to their death.
as he goes over the top. Now
A
this
big
is a
mouth.
very different series of rolls, but he is going to try
Fritz.
once he gets over. He's going to try to move. So I'll pick his course here, and I'll make the roll. So Fritz has come in here, which is not a terribly bad spot.
No,
He's going to
it's
come
actually
around
pretty
this tent. He's going to try to go underneath this overhang of the
Fritz
palisade.
has
behind-
+1.
Fritz has a +1. All right. And then
Especially if he's being like
He's
smart
going
of
to-
like when they turn.
yeah, and he's
walking
small,
out.
but remember, they also know there are pixies in this
Yeah.
forest. They've even killed pixies in this forest, so this is not.
Sure.
So
Very much so, Alex.
That's going to be a real danger zone for him there, and there's no good way for him to get through. You've got.
I like
He could
Hang on,
also,
let me-
I don't know, maybe make a morale check like here to see if he wants to leave.
Well, I would, but with his unique backstory, there is no way Fritz is going to. He
I get that.
will sooner die.
Yeah, that's fine.
No!
Tipsy was nailed to a post by these
Yeah.
creatures. He is not going to back down.
Did get to see her nice burial spot though. On the way over here though.
Yeah. What a comfort that is. Yeah.
Properly buried
So
is
that's going to be a very
at the
dangerous, and
rest.
then it gets easier. Okay, so here we go.
Fritzy.
I'm going to make
Ash
1,
sap
2. He's already gone. 3,
Oh my
4.
gosh.
That's going to be the important one there.
Okay.
5 checks. All right, here we go.
No! Just make 2.
No.
You,
Okay.
Fritz got more.
They were fun.
All right. Well, I will use. How many is Fritz at? Fritz has
Well,
2
however
plus
many he wants
1.
to have.
Fritz has 2 plus 1s.
But if you
So
guys break through, then
I
there's
don't
more
want to
exits.
kill him.
Keep pushing fire.
I mean, thankfully, this is an initial perception check. They are then going to have to act.
That's right.
And I assume pixies are very hard to hit because they're very small.
And orcs are slow.
Oh, so you're saying put fire there. Okay.
Now, might they be on higher alert?
All right.
That's
Do
also
I have a god I pray to?
I don't know.
I don't know. You
You're
tell
about
us.
to get spiritual. Oh, Nightshade.
Oh, Nightshade. Oh, Nightshade.
Fritz has another +1.
Who is her goddess?
All right. Well,
Lahezi.
Oh, Lahezi. Lahezi, hear me.
Fritz is going to use those
Lahezi.
+1s for a dex check.
Can I give emotional advantage because I'm scared?
No, you're not there.
What if I call out Lahezi's
She could
name?
if she was there.
Lahezi.
So
If
good
she
to know.
were there,
No.
yeah, how close?
Lahezi, help him.
Can
really
you
don't
can you
think-
put Fritz right there beside that
I can put him
large,
right out here.
like
Right out there.
right here,
Like right
That's it.
outside, right in the safe
no,
zone
no,
over
no,
here.
Right there.
Actually, maybe over there.
No, actually, no. There's no. Okay. No, there's no dex check. So wait,
No,
what would
I
I do?
don't
What would I do with
Fritzy.
this?
Please don't do this.
So
Don't-
I mean,
he's fast.
he was spotted,
Dang it.
and he was spotted by the mage here in the watchtower, who was turning and watching. He saw the glint of the wings as Fritz came right along that side. You, from your vantage point, you see 3 missiles of energy, little
Magic
darts
missile.
of orange light that come from this
That'll be fun.
this hand, and you hear a. Hold on.
Are you kidding
Might not deal enough damage.
Yeah, I gotta roll the damage. Hold on.
You'll be fine.
Listen, he's a fool. Don't take the blame for it. Like John said.
I mean, there's potential that if he makes it out, this could be huge.
Could be huge. You hear a tiny little scream, even as small as he is audible. You see a puff of smoke, and that's where we're going to end tonight's segment.
No, John!
Oh, that's really
No, we don't. I'll tell you next. I have the
I
roll.
won't be here next week.
You won't be here next week. Oh, that's right.
What?
text
Why?
you.
To finish this
Yeah.
roll. We need to
No,
finish
no, I've
this.
already finished it, but I'm not telling anyone. So
No, please.
no, this is the cliffhanger.
But I'm
I'll tell you.
But hey,
I'll tell
guess
you.
what? There's
Yes.
not Red Fall of Radon after this.
What's
so
that?
there's no Fall of Radon after this. So we could go just
No,
a
I
little
know,
bit more.
but this
Good
is the
cliffhanger.
appropriate. You've got the party
Yeah.
split. You guys finishing the combat. This is the right place for us to stop the combat.
Listen,
It's
he
a
might
Fritz
tell you
hanger.
like in an hour. He might tell you after we leave.
It's a Fritz hanger. All right.
No,
so
put your mic back on.
The stream is not done.
Oh my goodness! I can't
Boy,
believe you
Daisy.
sent him in there. That was so. Didn't I say like 3 times how dangerous that would be?
It's always dangerous.
I didn't
It's
mean
always
to. He just
There's always
went.
danger in war. You're right.
That
You're
wasn't
right.
like
No,
I was word battling with him and he took me serious.
Was there any part of the way I role played Fritz that did not seem like he was the over serious pixie?
He's
Yeah,
the
this
kind
is
of
the
guy
guy-
that needs like
Yeah.
an inch of a hint
Yeah,
at yes,
yeah.
and he'll go do it.
And he's already there.
Yeah, Fritz is already like.
Tom Cameron's Fritz.
Yeah, I see that.
He was ready to go do
He's
this
level
without
10
anyone saying-
already.
Yeah.
He was just all he needed was a little push. Hashtag Blue Box
I thought he
RPG in the
said
chat.
level 10.
We'll do our giveaway.
I think you meant in terms of like
Tonight we're giving
go
away a
getting-
copy
I hope he's level
of
10.
the
That means he
Trail
might
Guide to
survive.
Aihrde.
Boy,
What's that? What did I miss?
Daisy might as well
Nothing.
just go
We
jump
just,
off
I
a cliff.
interpreted it in a funny
Hey, maybe don't do that.
You looking for this?
Maybe come back
Yes,
and
yeah, back to this.
give us the
No,
valuable
I want
information that you found.
If I kill Fritz, this is not gonna be good.
Listen.
No,
All right.
but
Daisy
that's
didn't kill
okay.
Fritz.
So the Trail
Mage
Guide to
killed
Aihrde, hashtag Blue Box RPG. Thank you everyone for following us today. Thank you for all the subs, all the gifts.
That would actually
If
be
you're
the biggest
watching
story.
today,
Because then they will torture him or murder him or hang him along with the others.
Elgato thing has to be replugged in.
Unfortunately.
If you're watching
Very
today and you haven't followed,
Oh,
that
what?
is probably
People
the most
shouldn't be doing that.
inexplicable.
That never
of all
happens,
things. Why
right?
on
You
earth
guys would never do that
would
to
you not
us.
follow. It's free. You just click the little heart button.
It's right there.
If you're a follower and you've not subbed, now that's a little
Wow.
bit deeper question because subbing can cost you the phenomenal amount of 1 cup of coffee every month. It is $4.99 to sub, or if you have Amazon Prime, you sub for free. If you're a sub and your sub has Sacre bleu.
Oh, he's back.
Expired.
No.
Oh, he's back.
No.
We have one question for you.
What are you doing?
Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub.
Pat just goes, no.
Also,
all right. Yes.
there is fan art.
Oh, yes, fan art. I'll show the fan art. All the +1s that were
It's
given. We had several given.
good.
Pat gave some. Tracy gave some. I'm going to use the +1s that were given to Fritz to help him on the damage roll that he just took. And I'll disclose to you what happens next week. We will be playing. So even though we won't have Daisy Bell next week, we will still play next week. So don't cancel. And what did I miss? What did I miss?
The fan art is very good.
Yeah, it's really.
Oh, you guys didn't see it earlier?
No, I
Have
missed
not
it.
gotten the
Oh,
chance.
you didn't.
I
all
saw
right.
it.
Okay, I've got it here. Let me pull it
It's
up.
very good.
Did
Okay.
you just do a Borat?
It's good.
He's
It's very good. This is my next character's accent.
Chandler to play Daisy.
Oh my god.
What'd you say?
Chandler.
Chandler to play Daisy.
Oh, Chandler, can you come play Daisy? That would be awesome.
I don't think he's in town.
Maybe Garrett can. We'll have Garrett come play Daisy. That would be fun too.
Garrett playing Daisy would
Yeah,
also be.
that would be fun.
wig.
All right, here is
Garrett,
the
what do you
fan art
say?
from Pat Draws.
Let's see it. Come on.
Is that
Garrett.
David's chest? Is that Mila's cheeks?
Might be.
That's pretty funny.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pat, you're not bad at this fan art thing. You know that? All right. Oh, yes. And we'll cosplay next week. If Garrett comes to play Mila, we will cosplay. And Garrett will
Okay, you get to play Daisy.
Garrett will
Garrett gets to
cosplay
play
Daisy.
Mila.
Yes, Garrett
You
will
can play
cosplay.
We'll
Dolly,
pass
I'll play
characters.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. We can do that. We'll see. We'll do
Not
something.
for this fight, John.
Anything could happen next week. Yes, I mean that would make it fun. All right.
Make it
Tell us
deadly.
why you should be. Tell us why you should be Stream MVP, and we're just gonna make it easy. We're gonna go around the room in this direction. Let's start with you, Daisy Bell. Why should you be Stream MVP today?
Well. Who should be stream MVP but me? Fiddle-dee-dee, folks. I don't know. It's been it's just been one of those days. I mean,
It really has. Daisy's no good, very bad day.
You know, sometimes Daisy just speaks out of her butt, and it doesn't go very well. And let's see. I mean, there was just like a lot of roleplay between that part of the table over there. But then when I did get a chance to roleplay, I did roleplay with Fritzy.
It was really good.
And tried to get my snake to go bite somebody. That didn't go well. He went and ate something.
And you got a big click. You will have better luck with him as you care for him. You've only had him for a little over.
Gotta give him a little kiss on his head.
Little
Like
water.
2 days.
You knew he was hungry when he found you. He wanted to eat
snakes
Finley.
only need to
He
eat
wanted
1 to
Fritz.
2 weeks.
Hey, so, but do you how long it's been since he ate? And they also
It's
need,
been a century.
and
1,000 years.
they need water more often. And
Well, we
he's-
will buy a pound.
yeah, but he was up in your hair.
He could have gone. You know what? We need to not just roleplay every time I got to feed a water.
Pets are hard.
That's fair. That's
He
fair.
should be
That's
able to
fair.
buy
That's
water on his own. I shouldn't have to tell him
All
to buy water.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right. Why else should you be Stream MVP?
Get him. Get him, Jenny.
She wins. She wins that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
As she should.
Other than that, me and Fritzy, we had dialogue trying to decide how to, scout this place. And, we're both going at it. Both got little tempers flaring. How to, and then I kind of egged him on. That wasn't good, because he took me serious. Well, could or could not be the death of Fritzy, but don't judge me for that, okay? So I'll give you all sweet honeysuckle tea for votes. There you go.
She won't. She can't. And it's literally a lie.
It's happened to me.
It hasn't.
I've gotten it.
She hasn't.
All right. You are rolling for
He's lying.
Chris.
You
You
are
got
lying.
Bruin Golf.
Hey.
Mila, why should you be Stream MVP? Oh, I forgot to zoom in.
Hey
on it.
guys.
Yes.
I
Mila
hate it.
I know.
showed a lot of worry and care for Dahlia during that conversation with Anthe. If you guys read the roleplay, which you totally should. If you hadn't, in the text chat of the Discord
Good
server,
stuff.
TOA
In character.
In character. It's pretty good. But we discussed Anthe, and Mila told her that she would be by her side whenever she has to face her, and she was. She made sure she was. And there was a couple of emotions that were had, and it's fine. Everything's fine. She has memories. That's great. It's fine.
Couldn't be us.
And then David.
This stream, emotion.
David comes by
Sentiment?
asking to talk to Mila, and they make time to do it while they're finding a pond, and it's
Oh, look, a pond.
Oh, look, a pond.
That really was one of my favorites.
Transitions, they're really good. And they talk about the potential of whether he wants to combine with Click, or whether he wants to stay separate, and the fears that she has for that, and the fears that he has for that. And then he brings up whether or not she has died before, and the answer is
Yeah.
probably.
So juicy.
Sometimes things don't go as planned, but it's fine because Lahezzi's great and a gracious goddess, and we love her very much, and it's fine. Yes, thank you. I love her.
Beautiful.
We had some good conversation with Finley afterwards, with him saying that she is smitten, and her being absolutely in denial and saying absolutely not. That's not how that works.
Remember how it worked out last time you lied to Finley?
This guy lied to her last session and the
She
session before.
does not believe that she has those feelings. However,
Shockingly,
That's not lying because
rats
she
have
doesn't
morality that
believe
goes
it.
two different directions.
However, we've not had a
Two-faced.
recent conversation because after she just witnessed the wild time it was of two of her close friends shirtless, kind of sweating, beating up each other a lot, and she was a little more interested in watching than she thought she would be. There's some thoughts that have gone through her head.
Yes.
And now there's a lot of
Yes.
questioning and a lot of panic. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Very nice.
Next session.
She'll process.
Very nice.
No, she won't.
You will be
are you gonna
rolling
do,
for
push it down?
Thomas.
All right,
You got
Rachel.
Cameron.
Yay!
Oh, no, you've got Cameron. Sorry, you've got Cameron.
you.
Thomas, why should you be stream MVP?
Listen, guys, I got to flirt with two people.
Huge day.
It's a
Huge
big
day.
day. It's a big day for me. It's very tiring.
David Click's big day.
But no, seriously, the role play was extremely fun to get to. Two moments I've been meaning to have, especially to talk about, hey, Mila, have you died? Because that's been on my mind as a player for a long time.
Right.
But I was trying to figure out how do you bring that up in character in an organic way. And getting to impart, like, David's genuine and deep care for Mila before a moment like this, based on something that Anthe said, was the kind of the perfect lineup of events to make it happen. And then the Click and Dahlia fight was so fun, and getting to for Click, it was proving that he can do things that a bigger person than him could also do just as easily. Yeah. And showing that he is not weak just because he is small. And got to hear a little bit about maybe some body dysmorphia Click has, because he thinks he's much bigger than he is sometimes, and other things, and some fun questions that were asked about some really deep stuff related to this character.
Yeah.
Including some
Very good
backstory
questions.
things that he showed up on the doorstep of the Bobette and was nearly instantly starting to do jobs. You're not a baby when you show up then. How old was he?
Right.
Very good question. Fun stuff. Very fun stuff. I also drew an entire map of this and have a battle plan written out, which I did.
Very nice. Let's post
Basically
that
in
in
character.
We were planning.
You don't get to see it.
Because then you'll get to see
You would like it if we posted
I
our
would
plans
love
on Discord,
that.
wouldn't you?
I give you guys so much information. Why would you not share with me? Your
Because you'll
battle
use it against us.
I used to
I
stab
tell
us
you
with all the time.
I
every
tell,
day.
I tell you don't meta. I would not meta. All right, Thomas, you have tonight. Joffrey Schumann. Joffrey, are you still in the chat? Let us know if you're
Send
still
us a
here.
message.
And then, last but not least, why should you be stream MVP Dahlia?
We got some
Can
good.
you zoom out on?
Yeah.
Was it on me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
You're good.
it's on me. Great.
The camera
Awesome.
moved.
Yeah, I forgot how to look at things. Hi. You got some good Dahlia stuff this episode. Lots of good goofs, lots of good bits, lots of information. We got stuff with Anthe at the start. We figured out that I am not half elf. That is not true. Oops. Sorry. That's not a fact.
I'm sorry. I had a note that I forgot to tell you. This is a good moment to mention it. As she was speaking these words to you, this would be an anachronism because Dahlia's never been in an earthquake. But there was something inside of your psyche. You felt like a foundation shift. There was something that moved beneath that is large, much larger than a parent or a tryst. And you could only peek through the cracks in the walls, but something shifted inside of you.
Did it feel good?
No.
Is she stronger now?
That's good. I'm glad it felt bad.
Can
Thanks,
she
John.
like
Different
summon?
question, but it did not feel good.
Great. That's awesome.
Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Did not feel good writing that down. But yeah, good interaction, interesting interaction there. Always fun to run into your exes at a pool in the middle of the woods or a portal.
That's nearly every day for me.
Yeah, we've all been there. Listen, folks.
All right, so
then good conversation with the dryads. Good figuring out what that kind of looks like. Promises of more information if we're able to get through all of this.
Should be pretty awesome.
Let's hope that we live long enough to get more lore. Ain't that just the way? Then great fight with Click. Very fun to ask some questions that Dahlia's had on her mind for a while. Yeah, great stuff for her. Lots of things to think about. We'll cook on that for a while. It's fine. Back burner. War. Gotta focus on this. Yeah.
That was so well role played. I love that. All right, so we're gonna roll again for Joffrey. Joffrey's not in here. Boba killed. You were like our first person in the chat.
Let's go.
You were here lurking like an hour before the game. Are you still in, Boba? If you are, you're in the giveaway. And then let's go to you, Cameron. You are going to be rolling for Pat Stubbs.
66.
So Pat 66. You've got Pat. Let's wait and make sure they're both in. Boba, I mean, he may not still be in. He
just nailed Tracy's.
He was in here so early.
Go away.
Yeah, Pat, you never win.
Well, we may be rolling again, Pat. Hang on. We'll give. I know Pat 66 is here. I don't see Boba. We'll give him another moment. You don't see. All right, so we'll roll again. This is your third try. Here we go, Thomas. You have Garrett.
Hey.
All right, you got Garrett. All right, let's go around and
What
roll.
dice do you want
the
me to
stream
use?
MVP vote is up.
Use the rat and the one.
And we'll go in the same order. We'll start with you, Daisy. Tell us who you're rolling for, and make your roll.
I am rolling for Brundle.
This is for the glorious Trail Guide to Aihrde. Hot off the press, you will be one of the first people on the planet to have this.
18.
18!
Oh, man.
Let's go, Chris. 18 is very
Red
strong.
hot start.
Cameron.
All right, here we go for just
18
Oh.
18.
and 6.
All right, we got a tie here.
6?
For Garrett.
You did?
Yes.
19.
A 19
And
for
this is for Pat.
just in time to come play Daisy.
No, that didn't.
Garrett,
get it.
congratulations!
Yay!
So you have the trail Guide to Aihrde. There you go. We'll give it to you. Make sure you get it from your sister. Don't
Maybe
miss next
try.
week as we cosplay.
Take it from my cold dead hand.
Garrett, I have to get his consent on this, but he seems like he would do it. Garrett will cosplay
He seems
as
like he'd do it.
Daisy.
Let's just make it official.
I'm just kidding.
Let's just go.
He has his bag of costumes.
Yeah, he
Of
exactly.
course.
It
It's
makes-
Ram makes an appearance as Daisy again.
So if you want to see Garrett, text me afterwards. I mean, he would be willing to do
Let's
it.
go!
All right, so next week you will see Garrett cosplaying as Daisy Bell.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
got the wig,
This is
we've
gonna
got
be
the
most
dress.
focused Daisy Bell has ever been in her entire life.
No,
Just hate
we've got the dress, Garrett. We've got the wig.
Yeah.
We've got everything you need. Get to my house 30 minutes early. I'm not gonna.
Bad days.
Decision making. That's so good.
Yes, and we can't wait for the fan art. Will come from this
And
next
just
week as
mess
well.
up sayings. That's all you got.
There is still
Yeah.
time, but it's neck and neck between Dahlia and David. Dahlia
Makes
and Click.
sense. Makes
Dahlia
sense.
and David and Click and David and Dahlia. It is so close.
You could tie it, folks.
Yeah, it's
You could
got
tie
10
it.
more seconds. Vote. Stream MVP.
They both deserve
They get
it.
Dahlia's currently winning.
the experience points.
They both deserve it.
Still time.
Dahlia's got it.
No, we have the dress.
Dahlia's got it.
Dahlia's got
Dahlia,
it.
congratulations.
Let's go!
Hey.
Team MVP, well deserved.
I will take it.
As we get ready to raid,
I was born yesterday, but I was not born today.
I was born.
I love the quotes we get.
Baby, and it was recently.
you've had better.
I've definitely had better.
As we get ready to conclude tonight, there is one final bit of role play, and then I'm going to kick off the raid.
What?
It's brief. It's brief. As you guys are preparing to leave camp, as the combat is over, there's a moment when Click is by himself, putting his shirt back on. Throg walks over to you. You see a smile that borders between whimsical and sneering. And he leans down quietly.
Next time, if we live, we spar.
And that's where we're going to end.
So bad.
All right, here we
my
go.
God,
We're
that
rating
would be
chaotic
so
neutral
good.
goblin. Okay, so crew, any last
pin me in
words
an
for our
instant.
amazing viewers?
Y'all are
Our mad
great.
chatter.
Thank you so much for
All the
being
mad chatter.
here.
Thank you guys.
This
You
has been
rock.
so much fun.
So Tuesday night, Sea of Dark Sun, great
Yes.
episode,
Big time.
huge. The gift raid, and then Wednesday night we're gonna have
it's gonna be so
Ashley
bad.
from
TPK.
Catchy Cantrips with
I
us
hope
on a
not.
great LMA. Join us this week. Blue Box
It's gonna be
signing
so
out.
good.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, our camera's
camera's
dead, but that's
Oh,
fine.
well,
Sorry about that.
Nah, it's okay. We're already leaving.
That was a great
Jenny, I
session.
can't believe you're not going to be here next week.
what do
are
you
doing?
mean?
I'm getting body pump certified.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's like a long-term.
Wow.
That's 2 days of training,
Yeah.
so Saturday
Oh,
and
wow.
Sunday.
Is it in town or is
Yeah,
it?
it's at Murfreesboro.
Okay, I was like, oh man,
No.
travel and everything.
No, I just decided 2 days ago.
Heck yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
ridiculous.
gonna kill it.
All right, we rated chaotic neutral goblin. Guys, so good, so good.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Oh my gosh, what a fun
The role
time.
play is a blast. We have so many interpersonal dynamics and relationship dynamics that are happening.
There's a lot. There's a lot going down. It's messy. I agree. That is a good word for it. It's real messy.
Yeah.
It's the most fun.
Well, I hope I didn't get
I'm
crazy.
sorry, which character is the most fun?
No.
Or what'd you say?
Oh, I just said it's so fun.
Oh. Yes. No, it's I mean, the just I don't know, all the way even back to like there's still things from Altamira and it's,
Yep.
it's like,
Can't think about the city right now.
No.
Only have this
No.
in mind.
Uh-huh.
I love the inter-party relationships that are growing. and
It's
growing.
messy.
I promise you, like Cameron, the backstory unfolding here for Dahlia.
It's so great. It's so fun to
It-
like not.
It is not a throwaway. It is contiguous. It makes sense. It works, and it
Can I
is.
ask how long you've had this like? In
So
your head?
to be honest, like a lot of times what I do is I'll throw out like I'll have little bits and pieces and
Yeah.
seeds, and I'll kind of know a direction that I want to go.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait for it to kind of flow and come together. This
Yeah.
has come together in stages probably over the last 3 months.
Fun.
Um,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. where it's
John,
like-
it's still up.
oh, okay.
You can hear us.
Thank you.
Well, good. Did you? All you
Hi,
say how
guys.
much we love Nanda.
Hi.
Love
Oh, Nanda,